getting lost inside this monster of yours.
I'm using this monster to help other people just like my father did.
For Thomas Wayne, helping others wasn't about proving anything to anyone, including himself. But what you're doing has to be beyond that. It can't be personal, or you're just a vigilante. You have a name to maintain.
I don't care about my name.
It's not just your name, sir. It's your father's name. And it's all that's left of him.
For all the battles that he must fight, I stand behind him in the night. I carry the hope he'll return to me from a city that never lets him be. So here I am, my vigil long, a silent strength to keep him strong. The promise I made to my last breath, to stand by his side through life and death. I'm there.
Why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Why do we fall? Shitty balance. inner, inner ear infections.
The entire emotion just left the building.
It's actually funny because originally Anthony Hopkins was like offered that role, and I mean, it probably still would have worked, but I really love the chemistry between Christian Bale and Michael Caine, and I really don't. I'm not sure if the chemistry would have been the same with him and Anthony Hopkins, but
Honestly, maybe we've never actually had a bad Alfred ever. I don't think across all the things we've
I
seen.
think all of them did pretty well. Yeah, I think every Alfred we've seen has been pretty solid.
Yes.
We can debate that a little bit later on whether who the best one was. But hey, everybody, what's up today, Joe?
Pretty good. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. We got one guest who probably will show up a little later, but at least one of our guests showed up today. It's
Just like Batman. He shows up when he's needed.
Yeah, so if other people show up, they show up. Yes, this is one of my favorite shirts to wear. I don't have many black shirts, believe it or not. So I had to go with this. It was either this or Midnight Snack, and I wore Midnight Snack the other day for the Green Lantern stream I was on. So I was like, but I wanted to go with the black shirt for this. Yeah, this is first of all, I forgot to say, good work on the trailer as always.
Thank you very much.
Do you come up with is there any the lyrics for the songs? I know they're mostly AI, obviously.
I write them.
Copyright. You write the lyrics. Okay,
yes.
Good. I always forget to ask you if you write them.
Oh yeah, I can't sing at all, but I write the lyrics and then put it through a program, and then it's just pop
yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, one of the music is the hardest thing to get through copyright by far.
100%.
It's like clips is not as bad. Obviously, stills are not bad at all. But music, if you have 3-4 seconds of any licensed music, you will get flagged immediately. So you got to use AI music, unfortunately, a lot of the times.
That's why I don't know if you heard on it. There was a violin playing underneath it. I think that's how I can kind of get away with some of it by having something else overlaid with it.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, good trailer. Great movie. I can't wait to. This is one that's been on the list for a long time. So originally, when this show was founded, the first thing we did was the Batman, but we were originally going to do the Dark Knight, but there was some scheduling conflicts, so we moved it around. And I'm actually kind of glad that happened because it would have been weird to do out of order because this is such they're really part 1 and 2, like the way that the movies flow. And so yeah, but I don't want to leave him in the back too long, so I would like to bring in from Narrative Arcade. This is probably his 3rd or 4th time he's been on the show, Mr. Selvier Katich.
Oh, hey,
how you doing?
Good.
I feel like I just talked to you yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's my fourth.
Yeah, you've either been on 3 times before this, I think.
Yeah. Always a pleasure coming back. It's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I had told you we were doing this one, and you like jumped on to it. You were like, "This, I love this movie." And anybody who hasn't seen Selvier on, he's actually a legitimate screenwriter. So when he says he loves a movie, it's probably
it means a lot. Yeah,
the structure is pretty good.
It's perfect. I watched the movie. I had the screenplay open by David Goyer at the same time, and it's
David S. Goyer.
Yeah, the structure is just perfect on this film. Yep.
Yeah, and honestly, like it's weird because I've always loved aren't you tired of DC not knowing what to do with their universe? Yeah, pretty much. Um this I actually it's funny because rewatching this today, I was like, they could have used this as like as a springboard for a universe, this particular movie. It did such a like the way it ended was we'll get to that obviously, but the way it ended was a great way to open up a universe. And but yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just go right into our first, experiences with the movies and stuff. And obviously, since you're our guest, you'll go first. So,
Yeah, it's been. It was a bittersweet viewing because when I realized this movie is 20 years old, I kind of felt it in my back and in my knee joints. It's like so. It's been a while when it came out. I missed it when it came out in 2005. Yeah, I missed it because I was burned out on all the goofy stuff with the Schumacher films, and I was like, I don't think they'll recapture the magic anymore. And then everybody told me, especially when it came out on DVD, oh, you gotta watch this. This is actually pretty good, and I loved it even back then when it came out. It is. I still to this day I cannot decide if this is my favorite superhero film or Spider-Man 2. Like I bounce between those two all the time. So it's a yeah.
no, yeah, it's definitely one of the better ones for sure.
And best origin stories in my opinion. Well.
Yeah, I think that this is how you do an origin story. I've always said that there's a lot of times origin stories get lost in themselves because they focus on so many bad details that don't matter.
And they're also way too linear. So this is like just a classic Nolan. Well, it's not a Nolan script, but he probably gave some input on it. The first act is non-linear. So when you open up and you see Bruce Wayne in that prison, you actually don't know if he actually is he the Batman already? Is this like sometime how much in the future is this? And so you create at the same time suspense and surprise, which is perfect if you want that. And
it's actually funny. So a lot of the actors, when the movie first they were reading the scripts and stuff. A lot of them weren't even told this was a Batman movie. I forget I think it was like called The Intimidation Game or something like that. So they like tricked them. Yeah. They tricked them into thinking it was a like a mobster movie.
Well, the Warner Brothers had like when they saw the first dailies, they were like, I don't know if dailies or if they saw the first cut, they were like, how are we going to sell toys about this? Everybody's just wearing suits. Like, what are we? Like, how is this going to work?
But yeah, Joe, what was your first kind of experience with it?
Well, similar to narrative, my experience was I was kind of sick of the goofiness of the other Batman movies. Yeah, the Mr. Freeze one was fun, but it's been a while since we actually got a really hardcore, real superhero movie. So it was a really good experience, and it's one of those movies that it still holds up today. And I don't think DC today can recapture what they did with this movie.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's weird as years have gone on, I was captive to the moment when it came out with The Dark Knight, the performance by Heath Ledger and just the overall the cultural phenomenon. Like I think a lot of people forget the cultural phenomenon that was The Dark Knight when it first came out.
Yeah.
I think if that would have came out maybe 5 years later, that would have been like a $1.5 billion movie. That's how crazy the countries, like the country, United States, and the world in general really went for it. But I remember, so I went to go see this in theaters. It was actually, so I still have it to this day. I brought it over here. This was one of the very first Blu-rays I ever bought because I got my PlayStation 3 about like a year later after it came out. And I remember I was like, oh, I could buy Blu-rays now. And this was one of the first ones. And I still have it to this day. I'm knocking over metal. And I just remember being like floored by it because everybody, Batman had become goofy again. And it's weird. It was going in this ebbs and flows over the years. Batman started out kind of serious detective style comics. And then it got kind of goofy in the 60s with the show, brought it back in the 80s with the Dark Knight the Dark Knight Returns. And the Batman 89 kind of brought it back to that seriousness sort of again. Then the 90s came up and it was doing it again. It was going back to goofy. And then so they had it's just this like roller coaster of where they don't know where to go with it half the time. And I didn't know much about Christian Bale at this point. Like I had known a little bit about him. I was only 16 or 17 when it came out. So but I remember just being really impressed with him as Batman. I felt like he played it perfectly. He did a really good job as Batman. His Bruce Wayne could use a little work in this
Yeah,
one,
I
I
agree
think.
with that one. Yeah.
But his Batman was solid, like across the board. And I actually found out later. I actually read recently that he wanted to play it very aggressive, and that was one of the reasons. Not that to separate himself from the Michael Keatons and the.
Well, my favorite, well, not favorite Batman, but one of the funny, best origin Batmans is. Have you ever played the game Arkham Origins?
Yeah, of course.
I love the rage that he has in that game.
Mhm.
He just feels like somebody who he can't stop himself from punching you. And
Yeah.
I don't know, he like the way he walks. There are some cutscenes. He walks like what is this? What is the Tom Hardy movie about? Like the eternal criminal who's like been in prison in like
Bronson.
Bronson. Yeah,
Yeah.
he walks like Bronson in that
Yeah.
game. He's just looking for a fight all the time, and I love that.
So-
and so this came close to that actually.
I think it was also aided by first of all, Bale is kind of known as a hothead.
Yeah.
Like we've all
Mhm.
seen where his stuff, but also he was very uncomfortable throughout most of the movie, most of the filming. And that was because the suit was very uncomfortable. It's one of the reasons
Yeah.
why they upgraded it in the second movie, because
Yeah.
it was very uncomfortable. So he wore it for a whole day when he first got when they first got on set, because he wanted to try and get used to the discomfort. And I think that aided his aggression level throughout the movie. But
Also,
yeah, I mean,
a lot of acting is just physical, and if your
Yeah.
physicality is that limited that you can't even turn the neck properly,
Yeah,
how are you going to channel the energy? He already seems like a brick that's coming to like hit you. That's what I loved about this.
So years ago, I had a neck injury from jiu-jitsu, and I couldn't turn my head to the left.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're from Europe, but like in the United States, obviously, we drive on the left-hand side of the car. So I couldn't look behind me ever. So I had to go like this. I had to like turn like completely, and it was really bad. But before we move on, I just want to say hello to the audience. I see you guys are trickling in. JS Pena, I saw him pop in. He's I creeped him out once. He thought I was like stalking him. I was like, "Hey, I'm Dark Hour. I've been on Open Bar," and he was like, "Oh," I was like, because I've seen him on. He's one of the most popular super chatters over an Open Bar. So I've answered, like, I've seen a bunch of his super chats. But speaking of super chats, we got one from Blue Collar Loser for $1.99. I admit I like this film more than The Dark Knight. And then he laughs about it. I don't think you need to laugh about that, actually. I think that legitimately this is the better of the two films. It didn't have the cultural craziness, because let's be honest, Heath Ledger doesn't die. I'm not sure The Dark Knight becomes as big of a thing as it was.
It's
agree.
debatable, because I think the Dark Knight just captured the whole terrorism zeitgeist at that time, where everybody was a little bit worried that at any time like bombs would go off, and that's what basically the Joker represents as well. It's like proper anarchy.
Yeah.
And I think that's what propelled it as well. And of course, the performances is just great, and I mean the death kind of boosted it even more. But I think even with if he had survived, I think it would still have had the same impact.
I think the third movie would have been significantly better, because he would have.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he would have been, the Joker would have been in the movie, and so it would have been a drastically different. Like I think what Scarecrow does in The Dark Knight Rises, being the judge, I think that was supposed to be the Joker, basically.
Yeah.
When Gotham goes to that, I can see that.
I just want to say hello to a couple other people. James Woolard of Road on Life Productions. I'll pop that one up there. That one, great movie. Just saying hello to some of the Rachel person. There's a character named Rachel in the movie. Rachel. But yeah, I say let's get into this. Let's that way. Enzo just messaged me a little while ago. He'll pop in when he can. He kind of forgot the day. I'm not shocked by that. I don't even think he knows what day it is ever. So
Batman Day.
It's Batman Day. So this is the first one. This is the
Yes,
correct?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all good here. Ready? All right.
Yeah.
So the movie starts off with a young Bruce Wayne, a young Rachel Dawes, as they're playing some games at Wayne Manor. They have a little, Indian arrowhead thing, and they're playing, I got it, you chase me. So Bruce decides to go around Wayne Manor and falls in this massive hole here. And when he lands down there, he starts hearing the sounds of bats. And as they come towards him, it cuts to the future of Bruce Wayne in where is he in the world right now?
China. He's in China.
He's in China.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they say it, or do we just know it from the lore?
Well, you see the red star.
Oh
and
yeah,
they
and the military uniforms are very
and also
kind
if
of
you're
military,
watching it with subtitles, they legitimately say,
Oh, just okay.
it's speaking Mandarin, so it's pretty.
Yeah. So yeah, prison's not good for Bruce. Every day he seems to be fighting some new guys here, and one of his prisoner friends tells him like, "Oh, this guy's gonna kill you now." He's like, "Oh, can you at least wait till after breakfast time?" And breakfast is just a pan full of slop at this place. This place is absolutely the worst. But we get a really quick fight scene of Bruce just beating the hell out of like 5 or 6 different guys here.
Yep.
Yeah,
6.
he just
I think he thought it's 7, but Roz tells him it's actually just 6.
Yeah. I actually don't really understand the choreography with a lot of this movie because
sorry to chime in. It's
Okay.
you can see Nolan wasn't action director yet. You can see it. Like he amps up his directing in The Dark Knight, where the whole choreography is much more clear, and it's like the classic just hide the action. And so it's just way too close. Like you don't have I don't see, especially in the opening, you don't see a single wide shot for the fight scenes. It's all way too close, and that's why it feels disjointed.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, especially when he's Batman later on. We don't really get to, especially when he fights all of Falcone's guys.
I mean, the best
all close-ups.
I still think the best Batman fight is the warehouse fight, even though the movie sucks. It's Batman versus
absolutely.
Superman, but that's how you would do it when he becomes Batman in particular. But I think he just didn't have the directing for that yet. He developed it later, especially for The Dark Knight Rises.
So in prison, the guards are kind of on the sides of the prisoners, just trying to get Bruce out of these situations because he's just gonna go off and kill all these guys. So they put him in solitary confinement, not for his safety, but for the prisoner's safety. And in prison, I butcher this guy's name every time. Can you guys help me out here?
Ra's al Ghul?
No, not yet. Drakkar something.
Oh, Ducard. Sorry,
Ducard, and it's not Ra's al Ghul. That's one of the. It's Ra's al Ghul. It always that's the one thing that's always they get Carmine Falcone's name correct. So the Batman calls him Carmine Falcone.
Oh,
and
it's Falcone.
It's Falcone. Yeah, it's pronounced Falcone. And then this gets Ra's incorrect. It's Ra's al Ghul. In fact, like there's I forget which cartoon it was, but they actually have Talia al Ghul correct somebody in one of the cartoons when someone calls him Raz. He goes, it's actually pronounced Ra's. She goes, it's just pronounced Ra's, because it's Arabic, I believe.
That's what I was about to ask. Is he supposed to be an Arabian character?
Yeah, I think it's Arabic for the demon's head, if I recall correctly. Yeah. That's the actual translation. It's the demon's head. This is why I wish I had Sammy here, because he'd know that right off the bat. But the I've read plenty of Batman comics, but I can't remember if it's the demon's head or the demon or the head of the actual literal translation is. But the it's Ra's is how it's pronounced.
Well, later on, that one woman at the party pronounces all like American.
Am I pronouncing this right? She's like, Mr. Raz al Ghul.
Raz.
She's one of those women that go to a Mexican restaurant and try.
Like, can I get some of the guacamole? Guacamole.
Exactly. So I forgot. Just like with Gladiator, I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this guy's name. So Dragusta over here, he gets Bruce here. Drakkar, unbelievable. Yeah. So he's been looking for him for a while, right? And he kind of promises him that you come with us and we'll give you the tools necessary to exact revenge and things like that. Like why was he looking for Bruce this whole time? Because he set all this up too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like right here he sets up how he gets breaking out of prison too.
I think it's one of the things where it's not necessary to know why he's been looking for him, just that he's been looking for him.
I just didn't know if it was something just me missing my first time watching this or a couple times. So.
No, they don't really specifically say how he's aware or any of that.
Okay. So he organizes that Bruce is to be released from prison, of course, in a way of just throwing him out the back of the truck, and he has to traverse this gargantuan landscape to find a flower and bring that flower up to the compound. This blue flower is I don't know if it's a real flower though, but
It's like a
I mean,
blue orchid.
yeah, but to grow in this kind of environment, like I really do love
Yeah,
the scenery and
that's the
everything here.
Tibetan mountains, by the way. That's what that's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they probably used Canada, but
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the scenery in this is absolutely beautiful. And he finally, after after days traversing this place, finally gets up here to supposedly a Ray Shao Ghul, played by Ken Watanabe.
yeah. This scene will test your internal belief in your own racism or something, because you're like, you see this quickly and you're like, is that guy from Last Samurai? You know, the first time there's no way that guy is only in this movie for like 5 minutes. There's just no way. It was actually, so what he's speaking, he's not even speaking Tibetan or Japanese. He's speaking literal gibberish.
Oh, it is gibberish.
Is he really?
I was wondering, is it just gibberish?
He's literally he's just making up noises, and it's not a non-translatable language, because it doesn't matter, because
I mean, yeah, it's gonna trick Bruce anyway, so it's fine.
So you're telling me
no,
Peter
it's not
Jackson
that,
made
it's
up.
not that he did that in. It's not that he did that in lore and story. It's that Ken Watanabe just did it in real life. He just didn't bother to use a real language.
So you're telling me James Cameron made a Na'vi language for Avatar, and of course Peter Jackson's using Elvish for Lord of the Rings, and they told Ken Watanabe just do whatever.
Ken Watanabe, who probably speaks like 4 languages, did not even bother using a single one of them.
And you're right. It's not like we question it, but not like we even know. So,
well, this scene, because he's only in this scene. Well, I guess he's in one more scene after this. He's in 2 whole scenes. It's like really extension of this scene. Was what really impressed Christopher Nolan with him and made him hire him for Inception. That was how. Yeah. So.
Okay.
He was so impressed with the small amount of work that he did.
I mean,
wow, that's great.
I mean, he's not a lot in it, but he has great presence. He just fills the room. Like first time watching, you do believe it. He is Raish and not Druckard.
Well, I mean that mustache sells it. I mean the
mustache.
not mustache, mutton chop
it's like
sideburns, or no?
It's like Fu Manchu style almost.
I don't even know how to grow that.
Half Fu Manchu. Something like that.
So if you look, almost all of them have like a variation of that kind of facial hair. Even at this point, even Liam Neeson, who was way taller than everybody in this compound, might I add. He's like 6'5". So they had to put a lot of the other actors on blocks to make them not look.
What? Okay,
because he's supposed to be like, there's scenes where he's supposed to be, he's hiding, and he was like half a foot taller than everybody else.
Yeah, it's like, which one of these ninjas is this guy? So Bruce shows up, and of course he has the flower to prove that yes, I am committed to this. And he's like, oh cool, we got the flower. But then they decide to start sparring, and at this point we do see that Bruce does know a couple of different fighting styles. And he's even explaining like, oh, you're using Tiger, so I'll counter with this, though. So it does show that during this whole time of Bruce exiling himself, he has been learning all the skills necessary, but obviously he's nowhere near as good as this guy.
Yeah, everything. What I love about this movie, everything is a character moment. You can just see, okay, he has all this pent-up anger, but it's completely uncoordinated. It's just rage and nothing else. No duty, no purpose, just rage. And I just love this screenplay.
It's one of those movies that after you watch it, you sit back and go, "Wow, they did not waste a single second.
Exactly,
every single scene made sense. Every character, like even what Dark Howard said about the mustache, like oh, they all have the mustache in a way. So later on, when you see it, it's like oh, that makes sense now.
And also, it just shows you how cultish they are. Like this is like a one-man show, and everything has to follow his command and his order. And it's basically a cult. Even if you don't know all the lore.
That's how Raish is. Raish is he basically runs it as a cult. Like they're all overly dedicated to him throughout his because he's effectively immortal. Whenever you, not in this, but because this was much more grounded. But in the comics, he obviously has the Lazarus pits. Every time he's either injured or is getting too old, he just goes in the Lazarus pit and he's back to 25-year-old Ra's al Ghul.
I think our guest is there.
Oh,
sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Hey, Stupenza, what's up?
Wow, it's funny because I was talking to Russ this morning and he did not bother to remind me. Oh, by the way, Batman Begins in a few hours. See you, buddy.
I just thought you'd know. It's fine.
No, it's okay. To be fair, I was like, it was one of those things. I think I just like sent a guitar emoji, like, yeah, sure, whatever. Batman Begins in a month or two. Yeah, whatever.
I guess before we move on a little bit, because we didn't really get far into the movie yet. You want to just give a quick like first time you're in it?
Yes.
You saw it?
So it was one of those things where like I was living in Austin. I just moved to Austin. I was like 19. I was just partying, and it's like, let's all go to the Alamo Draft House and see the new Batman movie. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I remember the trailer seemed cool. I was excited about it. The cast, the big cast, Gary Oldman is Commissioner Gordon, Michael Caine, that was a lot. And then the movie, started. And keep in mind, you're at Alamo Draft House. You're like with a bunch of friends drinking beers and stuff. And the movie theater was packed, which was cool. It's a Batman movie. But there was just something, as soon as the movie started, like I remember once they showed Gotham City and it was just like, just a normal city. I was like, okay,
Chicago.
this is neat. Like, this is something here. And I remember like, walking into that movie, just expecting, to be a dumb Batman flick, and walking out of there and like thinking like, man, this is a real game changer. And I know everyone loves The Dark Knight, but in hindsight, I do think this one, The Dark Knight is a funner, better movie, more successful movie, but Batman Begins is a better Batman movie. It's like, it hits all the notes,
I think it's just a better movie in general. I've said this, we said this earlier. I just think it has a better script. A lot of The Dark Knight is reliant on just the set pieces. There's parts that if you really pick it apart, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah, same thing with this one, but also this one has like a more original vibe, because it's very obvious, like, oh, Michael Mann's Heat, very influential to Dark Knight. It's like, yeah, that's obvious. This one, it's like, yeah, man, they're doing like the shadow and all kinds of cooler stuff for this one. Also, bat drugs, those are always fun. Whatever the hell, those are neat. I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff, and the Scarecrow is like his first time. It was cool seeing him as a live action villain. And yeah, one thing that I do notice about this movie, rewatching it, I've seen this movie so many times too, but it's like, I don't know if you guys brought it up, but the cuts, like no cut in this movie lasts longer than 3 seconds. Like there's a cut every like second and a half, which is, I guess, like now that I watch it, I'm like, man, dude, this is like insane editing. But
we talked about it briefly. It's basically to mask Christopher Nolan's directing, because he wasn't an action director yet, and so
he's a shoot first, edit later, ask questions later type guy, director. Yeah, we'll fix it in editing.
He's like the dude in Boogie Nights. We just shoot it and shoot it and shoot it. We'll fix it editing later.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is funny because he always uses like really expensive film. So like he's just keep shooting. Yeah. Just who cares? Money's infinite.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why you called me at 20? I remember you called me like 20 minutes ago, and I was like, "What the fuck does he want?" Bye. I'm sleeping.
Who does he want to complain about now?
Yeah.
But yeah. So
sorry, I'm late.
It's fine.
But I'm happy that Sammy also did make it, so it wasn't just me that like missed it.
Sammy was like, he thought it was yesterday, and then he was like, "Oh, this is going on, this and this," and I was like, "It's fine, you don't have to come. It's not a big deal."
I'm not gonna lie. I popped down to this thinking that this was the other stream you were talking about. I was like, oh, okay, I'll hop on that. And then I'm here, I'm like, oh, Batman. Oh, whoa, okay, whoops.
And then and then I told Sammy, I was like, oh, it's tomorrow, right? He's like, oh shit, I have stuff going on tomorrow too. I was like, it's still fine.
Unbelievable.
I've had a hell of a month of July, and August is already. I was out of town for like a month of July, and I just got back like a few days ago, and I have to go back out of town like on Tuesday to Chicago.
Oh, so you're going to Gotham.
Gotham, yeah.
Oh no,
dude! I gotta play a couple gigs, and my stupid bandmates are like, "Dude, I can't wait I want to go here and eat a hot beef sandwich, and I want to go here and get pizza." I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay in my general hotel vicinity, play the gigs, and leave. I don't want to be, sightseeing around Chicago.
I don't
I've been
think
to
anyone's
Chicago
ever
once.
said about that.
I've been to
Yeah,
Chicago
like
once. I didn't. It wasn't. I'm not a city guy though. I'm not really a.
5 super white dudes in like hippie tie-dye clothes, like, hey, mug us,
Hey, this is where you guys
please."
filmed Batman Begins, right? I was just dream about that. So anyway,
So, so after Drakkar beats Bruce Wayne's ass, we then cut back to young Bruce as he's at the bottom of the hole, and his father comes to go save him by rappelling down. We see Alfred for the first time, and his father gives him a speech about being brave, being a man. I really like Thomas Wayne in this. I
Yeah,
don't
I
really
really-
see him as the alternate, like, multiverse version where he becomes Batman and Bruce dies, though, but I think he does a pretty good job of it.
Well,
I-
it's
Go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. Oh,
No, I think it's interesting that he's one of the few actors in this movie that isn't like a big A-lister, which I kind of appreciate.
well, some of
Yeah.
them weren't really didn't become A-listers until later. Like Christian Bale really got propelled at this time in his career because he did this, The Machinist. Obviously, The Dark Knight came up later.
No, but
He
I
did a
remember
lot-
being really
he did a-
stoked when you found out that Christian Bale was going to be Batman.
Yeah, but he he became like a true like.
I was about to say because there are
guy.
interviews where some reporter on the red carpet asks him who he is at
Yeah.
the
Oh,
premiere
damn.
of Batman Begins. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm Batman. But what I love
Well, he's
about
such
this,
He's such a good actor, man. People, he blends.
Well, he's very method. He is very method.
Yeah,
In fact, when he was doing the press tours, I remember he didn't even break character. Like he didn't go back to his Welsh accent. For
He's
years,
Yeah,
for a
American
long time,
American Psycho.
yeah,
same thing.
He did a lot of people didn't realize he wasn't American for a long time because he would be doing his interviews with his American accent, and he didn't really ever break it. So
Mhm.
he did lose his voice multiple times during filming this.
Makes
That was
sense.
one
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
what I love about the speech, though, it's that's where the theme is basically stated of the entire movie. Why do we fall? So we can get back up. But that actually is the whole theme of the movie because that line also represents Gotham. And so,
Yeah.
like, will Gotham improve? Will it get better? Will it get up? Well, Batman says yes, it can, and Ra's al Ghul says no, it needs to be burned down. So you basically get the whole theme of the movie right
See,
there.
I really hate movies where I identify as the bad guy because I look at
Yeah, but
Gotham
that's-
like, no, it's got to go.
But that's what makes a good movie. Like both sides have to have at least some logic to them, and you could go either way, and then you just duke it out in the movie.
I just remembered another fun fact about his method acting. His trailer didn't say Christian Bale; it said Bruce Wayne on it. I just remember that.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Actors, man. I swear. Just
So
getting
the
paid millions of dollars to play pretend and then act like it's real hard. But yeah, I mean, this is like I said, this part specifically because the beginning is super cool with like all the Asian prisons and wintry mountains. And it's like this is nothing like any other Batman movie. And then we go to Gotham, which every Batman movie has, and this is also unlike any other Batman movie because it's just so. Just like it's a city. It's normal. There isn't like giant Greco-Roman homoerotic statues of men that are like 50 feet tall. There is Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, there's no Gothic penis buildings.
Yeah. There's
Well, they
it's
did a
very-
really good job of having that like border. So
Yeah.
they structured Gotham in this to be like this is like the Manhattan side over here. This is where all the
Yeah.
business is done and they're really clean and we actually care about this. Then you go across this bridge and we don't give a fuck about those people.
It's basically like the
Garbage.
Brazilian favelas, like it's just like there's like a line and it's just like
We
it's a
hope-
nightmare over here.
like later in the movie, they're basically like, just let him fucking die. We don't care. Like,
That was one thing that the trilogy did weird was like we just kind of forgot about the Narrows existing, whatever.
well, yeah, they were basically destroyed.
They were
by-
basically they're good.
oh, poetic. So the Wayne family is taking the public transport train, which I think is it's like almost like Thomas Wayne asked for this to happen though, because that's so they're
Yeah.
going to the opera, to see. I forgot what they see though, because in the other
They
versions,
see
weren't they
some
seeing
random
Zorro?
bat shit. In
Yeah.
the comics, they saw Zorro. They
Zorro,
went to-
right?
yeah,
And then this is
to the
like the
theater.
most scariest thing ever of just
They're watching-
Like, hey, let's take our son, our child, who was just traumatized by bats, to this terrifying fucking bat opera. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
That's how I feel when
Dr.
I
Thomas
like
Wayne over here trying to do exposure therapy in the middle of his.
Dude, Meg has this like insane phobia of puppets, and I can't tell you how many times I like put on something and be like, hey, let's watch this, and I would forget there's puppets in it. I'm like, oh right.
Ooh.
Oh, whoops, sorry. I
My
forgot
wife-
completely.
Any type of puppet, I would.
Yeah, sometimes like we'll be watching like random thing and a puppet will show up and she'll just be like, oh god, and I'm just like, what? I'll totally forget she has it because it's so stupid. I'm just like, oh right. You have, like,
my
some
wife,
weird
my wife has
thing
that
about
with the
puppets.
Amish.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I just
Wayne
put on
Tower-
Witness one day.
Wayne Tower, and a lot of things just kind of disappear by the time the Dark. Obviously, the house burns down, and they're rebuilding it in the Dark Knight. That's still, which is weird because it's like 3 years later. Like, you're a billionaire. That house would have been built.
No. You have to build it in a way where you can have all the stuff there, and the builders aren't looking for it. So it's got to be more difficult, probably.
One thing I do love about the sequences with Thomas, is that they do set up everything that needs to be said really quickly. They turned Wayne Tower into the hub. Everything, all the utilities, like the tower, the water, all run through it. The train system runs through it. They basically made it into this giant spider web of everything goes to the middle. That is.
But also, like, just screenwriting wise, you later find out that it was Thomas Wayne who basically who succeeded against the League of Shadows in their attempt to destroy Gotham economically, basically. And
and then they use his own stuff that he built to try and take it down.
But that's also what drives the Dark Knight of the Soul for Bruce Wayne. It's like he had this throughout the movie. He has this whole disconnect between being the Batman and Bruce Wayne. And when he realizes that his dad basically saved Gotham by being just a man, he realized, okay, I need to combine these two and become like one complete person at the end.
Yeah.
So Bruce is seeing this play, and he's freaking out, and he's begging his father, "Can we leave right now?" He's like, "Up, sure, of course, we'll get out of here." And this place, again, I hate that I agree with Ra's al Ghul. It's so gross, everything looking, and why would they go down this
Murder alley? That's one of my favorite jokes
alley?
about Batman. Is his parents are like, "Hey, maybe we should go down this place called Murder Alley. What's the worst?"
Well, it's
that could
like
possibly happen down here?"
it's like the cave divers. Should we go in this cave called Satan's Alley?
Yeah.
What
Wow,
could happen?
100% of the people die going down this cave. Let's do it. So then, yes, of course, a mugger shows up. What's his name? Joe Chill in this?
Yeah.
Joe Cool? Okay, cool.
Joe
Yep.
Chill.
Joe Chill.
Joe Cool was Joe
Snoopy,
Montana.
right? Oh, my mistake.
Well, or Snoopy, yeah.
So he wants his the wallet. He wants the pearls, and both of his parents get murdered during this, and the killer runs away.
Your wife's pearl necklace.
You know what makes that whole scene even worse is like that's not water on the streets. That's the streets are wet from something else.
See, again, I agree with Ra's al Ghul. Push it into the sea. So afterwards, at this point too, there's no cell phones or anything. So how the hell do you even call for help at a time like this? But at the police station,
scream for help. Yeah, help.
Help me.
So at the police station, we find Commissioner Gordon. No, is he? No, he's not Commissioner. He's like Lieutenant Gordon or something.
He's just a patrolman, basically.
There's a deleted scene where Bruce yelling help doesn't work, so he has to literally get up and walk out to the street and be like, "Excuse me," like literally like wave someone down. My parents are dead over there. It takes like 35 minutes for him to actually get help.
Some person just gives him $1.
Gotham's that bad. Hey, get away from me, kid.
and somebody gives him a telescope, and that's why later on he thinks that's the appropriate thing to do to children.
A second mugger mugs little Bruce. It's like, give me your wallet.
See, give us that movie where Bruce becomes a bad person because of this, not a good guy.
No, Bruce.
I actually have a list here. So there was other people who were I wrote it down that were considered and also tried out for Batman. So I figured this is probably a good. This isn't a complete list, but Christian Bale, Joshua Jackson. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, so I'm going to skip it. Hugh Dancy, Billy Crudup, Cillian Murphy was one of the ones. That's how he ended up.
Oh, yeah.
Henry
Yeah.
Cavill. Imagine that
Yeah,
alternative
no.
universe.
It was young, skinny
Yeah.
as a twig Henry Cavill at this point.
I'm
But imagine
hearing
that
rumors-
alternate universe.
I'm hearing
And,
rumors that
Jake
James
Gyllenhaal-
Gunn is trying to have Henry Cavill either, I mean, I don't think it's true, but like the idea that Henry Cavill would come back playing Batman or Zod or old
Zod
Superman
would
from
actually be
Toontown.
great. I think that would be perfect, but it won't happen.
No, I want
yeah,
alternate
so,
Russian Superman as Henry Cavill.
There you go.
Jake Gyllenhaal, which would have made the second movie awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been cast. And also originally considered Heath Ledger, believe it or not.
Wow. Yeah.
I saw.
But Heath Ledger said he felt he wasn't right for the role, and it would come back if a role felt right, and he did. So
Batman's great because I mean, people always say this, but Batman's always played by like an A-lister, or a bigger name of a recognizable actor, because Bruce Wayne is a famous kind of infamous character, whereas Superman is always played by like some nobody, some no name, because it works better that way. And then always like the villain always has top billing over Batman, because usually the villain's a way bigger star than the Batman actor. So it's fun. These casting.
yeah, I would say Liam Neeson at this. Him, Morgan Freeman were, and Michael Caine is a big name, but I think amongst American audiences, the other two were bigger names at the time.
Yeah, but I remember seeing the that first trailer, the teaser trailer, where it was like the Monk with Bell song from Baraka, and it's like all the mountains, and it's just like you can hear Liam Neeson talk about how you got to become a legend, and it ends with just like them opening a big case. You see the Batman mask, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna be Batman, and then the cast is like revealed, and you're like, whoa. This is and the problem with this is like it started this trend to where I am no longer impressed by big casts in the marketing. Like RoboCop, the RoboCop remake had a huge cast. All these movies have great casts. And you're like,
I would argue that this movie was the template that was used for a lot of the early MCU movies too. I mean, if you match this up with Iron Man, there's a lot that matches up. I mean, they take out the kids section, just really the like.
Who wrote the
there's
screenplay?
A lot there.
Who wrote
David
the
S.
screenplay?
Goyer.
So yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
So,
Oh wow,
yeah, it's the same guy. So that's why.
didn't know that. So now we have the funeral for the Thomas and Martha Wayne, and Bruce is talking to Alfred, and of course he blames himself for it. He wonders if he was braver. Would any of this stuff have happened? So of course Alfred gives him that loving conversation of it. And then
we meet Rutger Hauer. That's another guy that's in this movie that I was like, holy shit, Rutger Hauer.
I don't know who Rutger Hauer is. Sorry,
Rutger Hauer. He's the villain. Well, he's the guy. I don't know what the character's name is.
The guy running Wayne Man,
running his company, running Wayne Enterprises. But he's the bad guy from Blade Runner.
I love him in Blind Fury and a bunch of other stupid movies he's in. What's the Hitchhiker? And
he's one of those actors. He's one of those actors who took a lot of really stupid roles and just did everything he could with them. He's
an awesome one.
Yep. So now we have a training montage here. I'm going to play a clip right now. There's no sound on us. Make sure you unmute yourselves. But this is, I think it cuts into a fight later on. We'll see.
So the thing about this scene, with them on the lake, that lake was actually melting when they filmed it.
Why would I never understand? That seems like a really dangerous thing to do with like insurance.
If you listen closely, obviously we can't hear it here, but if you listen closely, it's cracking under their weight.
You can hear it. Yeah, it's a great sound.
And they came back like 2 days later, and it was just gone. The ice was just completely melted.
Hell yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's got this like I don't know if this is like done in post, but this like awesome like almost a glacier blue like kind of look to it. It's so great.
So after we cut back to the past, and you could tell this is young Bruce Wayne because his haircut is, of course, different to show that time has passed. And I believe
he's younger. He's hip. He's got a shorter haircut.
A more, like I don't know, boyish haircut. It's just very clever.
Well, that's how
they do a pretty good
before
job.
Before de-aging, you just throw in some different haircuts. Like I remember in one of the Saw movies, there is a flashback And
It's a
then Jigsaw-
backwards hat.
Yeah, it's a backwards hat for Jigsaw.
Hello,
Hello there, fellow
high school
youngsters.
kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, fellow youngsters.
So Bruce is back from college. He's here to watch I believe it's the trial of Joe Chill, right?
Yeah, well, it's the so
The sentencing?
he's already been he has already been in jail.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is what is it? It's
Trying
just
to
a
get out or
regular. It's like a parole hearing, basically. It's like a public parole hearing. It's weird.
Yes. Then we cut back to find.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way in hell that he's like 22 here and the trial is still ongoing. Like, I
was just
understand
thinking
that.
about that.
I don't know, man. You know, the judicial system in Gotham is that clogged up, you know, and
I believe
also,
it.
yeah,
We've got 72 murders still left to process.
yeah, it's always hilarious when some guy's like on death row for 15 years. It's like, bro, you've already been found guilty.
Well,
like, go.
yeah.
One of the reasons why death row has such a long sit is because there is automatic appeals and stuff that go into any death sentence.
It's like a sit and think about what you've done, you know, for a
Well,
while.
it's partially that, and partially like we really want to make sure that we don't execute somebody on that isn't guilty, because that's going to be a huge problem. So they wait a while, specifically, like maybe let technology catch up a little bit on things.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of details to it.
Do you know in Japan they don't tell you when your time is up? They just keep you in your cell.
That's cool.
That's kind of that's horrible, but okay.
They don't even know either. They draw a name out of a hat every day, and they're like, "Oh, it's Taco Kamashi is the one that's going today." All right.
The Hunger Games of Japan. Yeah. So so Bruce here, his plan is to. Sorry, my cell phone caught the picture. Yeah. So Bruce is planning on killing Joe, but some other woman does it first. She says, Falcone says hi. So that's why this is such a public hearing, was because they wanted to draw him out in the public so they could assassinate him right then and there.
Now, isn't that like I'm going to assassinate someone in a room full of reporters with cameras, and I'm audibly saying, like, hey, Dark Hour sends his regards, you know? Would that mean Dark Hour? Wouldn't he be in trouble? Like, I mean, I guess you can't prove it.
They would at least investigate me.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'd be like, I don't know.
I've never talked to that person. He
doesn't help me with my thumbnails or anything.
I have no text messages. I have no history with talking with that person. Yeah. That's weird.
So after the murder, Bruce is driving around with Rachel, who for some reason they said, would be a perfect cast in Maggie Gyllenhaal in the second one. Like, what was up with that?
I've always said this. Maggie. So one of the problems Maggie Gyllenhaal in the second one. Now, Katie Holmes,
better actress.
Maggie Gyllenhaal is a significantly better actress than Katie Holmes. It's not even close.
Absolutely.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, when she was younger, was kind of cute. Like, a lot of people forget that, but she was like
Secretary.
pregnant. Go watch Secretary. She was very pregnant when they did The Dark Knight. So her face had like really puffed up, and like she wasn't trying to compare her pregnant, like 30-something-year-old Maggie Gyllenhaal to a younger Katie Holmes was not fair at all. It was just
people were calling her dog face and stuff. And just like, you guys are being too rough. I mean, I understand.
Go back and look at her when she was in like Secretary and stuff, like when she was in her 20s, or Donnie Darko.
Look at Katie Holmes in this movie and Disturbing Behavior and The Gift, where she gets naked in that one. Like, dude, she's hot for sure.
Isn't that the one that the two guys in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle? They're like, she shows her boobies in this, and I'm like, isn't that the Gift that was there, right?
Yeah, Sam. I think it's a Sam Raimi movie. Keanu Reeves is in it, and Greg Kinnear.
Katie Holmes is a fine. Upstanding woman, and I'm gonna.
She's one of Tom Cruise's more attractive beards. Sorry.
So
she even tried with the other one, also with last name Cruz. He just was like, you know what, you have the same last name as me. This is fine. It's like it's spelled differently. It doesn't matter.
All right.
So Bruce is telling her Rachel his plan. He was planning to murder Joe this whole time, and she's very upset with him. Tell him that your father would be ashamed at you. And then she takes him.
Hilarious too. The slap scene got such a great laugh in the audience too. She slaps him. then she slaps him again, and it's like these like, little soft girl slaps, you know.
That is a
And
great
they don't hurt.
slap right
They
there,
don't
by the
hurt
way.
Bruce Wayne, but they hurt his feelings. You know, they hurt his soul.
Yes. So she drops him off at Carmine Falcone's, I think his restaurant he owns. He owns like a lot of things in Gotham, but they
I'm
bring him
just
to his...
realizing how similar my hair at this exact moment looks like his. Like, holy shit.
It has.
Tom
I
Wilkinson.
think I love Tom Wilkerson. It's
Yeah, Tom Wilkinson's great, and equally awesome casting in Dark Knight was Eric Roberts playing Salvatore.
Salvatore
no, wait.
Maroni. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
Maroni, there you
yes.
go.
See,
Yeah.
a lot of great castings in this movies.
It's
Like,
unfortunate because you never get to see the Maroni Falcone
Right.
like rivalry, really.
Right.
Yeah, you got the TV show Gotham that shows the whole thing.
Yeah.
You
pretty
still
much.
kind of feel it,
and the
though.
Penguin did it too. So
Yes.
Something else I love about this movie is like, especially with the night scenes, especially with a lot of the indoor scenes at night, is it's you know, the color temperature of this movie, especially compared to the other three, because like the second one's blue, the third one's mostly white. This one has this great like gold kind of this.
they
amber
play around with
kinda
the color gradients a lot
the-
in this movie.
the color
can see it.
temperature is very cool in this movie. I love it.
Yeah, you can see it happen multiple times. Something just fell outside my door. I'm gonna check that. That's like literally probably a cat knocked something over. I'll be.
We got you
Any
anytime.
cats. He doesn't have any cats.
So he goes to Falcone and pretty much tells him to stop doing the things that he's doing. That I really don't understand how this conversation was supposed to go well with Bruce.
Well, he's
Like, you're-
naive. He's just naive.
Yeah,
at
but
this
not
point.
that. Like, what was he expecting him to do? Go, yes, you are right. I will stop making money and stop doing crimes because you tell me to.
Well, it reminds me of that. I've seen those arguments where people argue Batman is the actual villain. Why doesn't he just use his money for more social programs? And I'm like,
saw
how
that
is a
yesterday
social?
on Facebook.
Yeah, how is a social program going to stop this?
It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. I mean, it's a great. They show around the bar. It's like I got a bunch of judges and
Yeah,
DAs in my pocket. Like it's like the judge is like, you know, with some young 20-year-old and martinis. You know, everyone
Well,
gets to
actually,
hang out at Falcone's bar.
They do sort of address. This is probably the only movie that addresses that. To be honest with
Right.
you, it's
Yes.
the only one that even mentions that they've been trying to do philanthropic, ways of building it up, and it's not working.
So
So
got
it's-
his dad killed.
Yeah. So of course they throw Bruce out of the bar, and
Right into the piss pile.
exactly. And he
This
finds-
guy, it's all of this guy. It's all of his piss. It's just his piss.
Oh, it's a lot of piss though.
He's marked his territory. And this is why no other homeless people hang out where he lives.
He gets handed like $700.
And a jacket too.
It's like keeping a neutered cat around so that way it keeps other alley cats away. You have like this one homeless guy who he's allowed to live there and piss there, and he keeps all the other homeless people away. Yeah.
I mean, even if this is
Smart.
Falcone's place, look how disgusting everything is here. Like, what's like Public Works doing in this
Yeah.
place? But yeah,
It's
so
like it didn't rain yesterday. That's the thing. That's what's so alarming about these downtown areas that are just constantly
There's only
wet.
one rain scene in the whole movie.
Right. It's
Yeah.
not water. It's just like all kinds of drippings and sewers and fluids.
so Bruce decides to, okay, I'm gonna give this guy my money. I'm gonna trade jackets with him, and then he just bolts off on a boat to go to live on the other end of the world.
This is
To
what happens when
start-
you have
Definitely
fuck you money.
somewhere in Africa. I don't know where exactly, but
Where's this boat going? How he got on there? How was he allowed to stay? Does it matter? He's
yeah, I
traveling the
think-
world.
This montage is kind of,
It's a little nuts, I think, because now he's a
I love-
criminal.
yeah.
no,
this
he's
is
not a criminal. He's not a
What do
criminal.
you-
this is
well,
what
he
he-
does say right here, "I'm not a criminal." So
he steals from
Well,
himself.
he's not
so-
because the stuff he's stealing is his own shit. So technically,
yeah.
he never
Couldn't-
breaks any laws.
Couldn't you make the argument that basically Falcone made his own worst enemy because he mocked him?
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
you don't know what the real world is, and then he basically triggered this whole.
Well, that's
Yeah,
one of
you're
the running
soft.
themes with Batman.
Yeah.
That and he does it to himself as well a lot of times because he removes the only element that kind of keeps the crazies out. The thing that keeps a lot of the crazy criminals from ascending was the mobs. He
Yeah.
eliminates the mobs, so the Joker, the Riddler, all these guys start to rise.
Yeah.
So he creates his own. It's a very self-fulfilling prophecy. With
Well,
with
I mean, realistically, then Joe Cool Chill is the real hero of Gotham, then, because he saved more people by killing the
Right,
Waynes.
Yeah,
I never
it's
understood this. But
interesting.
can you guys explain? Yeah, so what exactly is going on here with the this? It's like Iron Man scene where he's coming back for his own stuff. Like what?
So
No,
he,
yeah,
he
he's
says it
he's-
in the dialogue.
Yeah, he's joining criminal gangs. First, he's stealing, to just survive. Then he starts stealing for like the thrill of it all. But he never technically like becomes an actual criminal because like he gets arrested pretty quickly. But also like he's stealing stuff that he technically owns.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna rip off this truck from some Wayne Enterprises, and he's like, yeah, that's great. I also love again, it was another clever use of hair. The hair and makeup people were like, slick his hair back, give him a goatee. Now he's like bad guy.
He's a bad
Bruce
guy
Wayne.
now.
Yeah, exactly. It's so cool.
So edgy.
Subtle. It's just great.
Yeah, he lets these other guys rot in prison pretty much too.
Yeah, he's in China, right? He's just I mean, the idea is Wayne Enterprises. This is like, this is like if you inherited the Microsoft company or something. Something everyone's heard of.
So
pretty much.
The fact that he leaves for so long is what ends up causing the whole secondary conflict of the company is going to go public and he's not going to be the owner anymore.
That's true. Can you go to part 2, please?
Of course.
Thank you. Okay, so now we cut back to again current, I guess, Bruce, because you could tell that now he doesn't have a goatee, so time again has passed. And now they're doing the final test where they ground up the flour that he brought up there. He has to breathe it in, and he sees some psychosomatic stuff with it.
It's basically like what is that? The peyote? It's like
No, this is like fucking salvia or something.
or
This is
salvia
not
or
fun.
whatever.
This is not fun at all. This is one of these drugs where it's like, imagine if you knew someone doing this like recreationally.
Yeah.
Doing the scarecrow drug like for fun.
They do.
Like,
I love that. That's one of my favorite jokes later on when he's like, you're hanging around, having a few drinks,
Those passing around things.
a weaponized hallucinogen.
yeah.
We
I mean, a
have,
weaponized hallucinogen sounds fun, but when you talk about, like I'm doing the fear toxin, for fun. Like that was in Dark Knight. He's like, look at what the drugs do to my customer, and there's like the guy's all fucked up. Like it's like, you put scarecrow drugs in my weed or whatever. It's like you worried about fentanyl. Wait until like scarecrow drugs start getting dusted and everything,
So we have a clip here of the.
Well, it's funny how quick it takes too. It's like immediate effects too, and like
he instantly
eyes glow
sees
and
everyone as
stuff.
zombies, pretty
Dude,
much.
it's freaky.
So we got a clip here. No sound. Make sure you unmute yourselves. Good. We all in here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right, cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
So this is the scene I was talking about, by the way. They had to put people up on boxes because Liam
Neeson's
Neeson just
so
was like just towered over everybody because he's like 6'5". But yeah, it is.
You broke up there. Was that just for me, or is that for everybody?
Now we hear you.
What's going on?
Enzo, you still alive? It's okay. The clip's over in a second, so
Wait,
if you have any problems.
you're saying
Yeah,
they
I
had to
got
put people where?
They had to put people up on boxes
Oh, right.
because Liam Neeson is so much taller than everybody else in the scene.
Yeah.
In
And there are a
fact,
bunch
later
of
on when they're fighting, because Christian Bale's about like a little shorter than me. He's like about an inch shorter than me, and so he had to Liam Neeson had to like squat down. That's why he looks like he's doing like this stuff, because they wanted to shrink the size difference.
Is he in the
Nice.
comics also? Are they the same size, or is one of them bigger?
He's shorter than Batman is.
Oh, he is
Batman
shorter,
in
okay.
comic lore is 6'2". Christian Bale is about 6 foot. Liam Neeson is about 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah,
I
Liam
don't
Neeson's
know
tall,
off the
man.
top of my head how tall Ra's al Ghul is.
So this scene here, Rach is telling him like, "Oh, well, you passed the final test. You are now involved with the League of Shadows, yeah. And our plan is to destroy Gotham because obviously it's had its time. It's not doing well, and it's time to get rid of it and start over fresh. Which of course, Bruce. I'm sorry.
This also feels like a very unusual reluctant hero segment. Like it's like, okay, now join us, and he refuses, which is like the refusal of the call to adventure. It's a different take on it, but I like it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But first they tell him you have to execute
Yeah.
this dude right here, though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so you actually have to be the blade to do it. You can't just be, from the sidelines. You actually have to start doing stuff. So Bruce smacks a piece of coal over here into a just
That's their
stuff.
explosive powder.
Pile of
Well,
gunpowder.
I was like, yeah, what?
That's their
Every
explosive powder.
Chinese house has a big pile of boxes of gunpowder.
And fireworks.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So another thing that they get wrong name-wise. So, and I kind of get why they did it. So it's the League. They call it the League of Shadows here, but it's really in the comics. It's the League of Assassins. But
yeah.
there's no ambiguity to that. League of
Yeah.
Assassins is just has a negative connotation to it. So I get
Yeah, we're rebranding ourselves, guys. People are not really focus groups are not really enjoying the fact that we call ourselves assassins openly.
Yeah.
And we think shadow sounds cooler because we're ninjas and stuff. I also love how, like, when Liam Neeson hands in the sword, it's a nice, like, ninjas are so cool, man. And I love how this movie actually has, like, literal ninjas in it, which is great. But, like, ninja swords are, like, awesome because, like, samurai swords are usually the ones you see in movies. They're big and long. But the ninja sword is, like, like almost like 2 feet or, like,
It's a
like a
short thing,
yard.
yeah.
It's like,
it's
great.
a wakizashi. It's a shorter.
Yeah, love them.
Yeah.
So you can use them in hallways and stuff,
So of course, now I'm sorry, saying.
No, isn't it because they want to pull it from the back? Is that the reason
too,
why it's short?
that too.
Yeah.
That's actually so. It's funny. That's the worst place to put a sword. It's,
Yeah,
it's been proven it's the worst place to put a sword. Who would
Yeah, the
lose?
side
Hope we
draw
lost.
is like what people like.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just it makes more sense to pull it from your waist. It's just better. It's been proven.
Yeah,
because
because with the ninja sword, like I think you get out to about here, and the sword is unsheathed. But with the samurai sword, you have to come out to like here to unsheath that thing. Oh, nerds and their swords! It's so
Yeah.
funny.
So he starts fighting Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul over here, and thankfully the ceiling caves in on him and kills him. And he helps Jakar up here and carries his ass out as this building is I know. And
it's funny because later on, when it's revealed that he's actually Ra's al Ghul, they do not change it in if you use the subtitles. It still says Jakar.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Well, what's cool is like when they announced Ken Watanabe as Ra's al Ghul, I was like, Liam Neeson would have been better. But it was pretty obvious, like, what they were doing here. He's playing a new character named Ducard, and I'm just like, and he has that goatee, huh? Okay.
Yeah, he just happens to look a lot like him. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me again? I think I'm back now. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you're back now. I thought for a second the government raided your house because you had an air conditioning.
No, it's not that bad.
So they fly out the window and they start
Yeah.
going down this mountain, and Bruce saves them at the very last moment.
That would
dude.
snap his shoulders.
There is-
Definitely
bad.
dislocated at the least. There's
He
no
was-
way he'd
There
be
is
able to.
no amount of strength that can pull this off. I do not care.
No, impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's what makes him a superhero. But I remember this sequence right here was one of the things in the trailer that was like, not the teaser trailer, but the trailer was like, you seeing like a big Chinese style, like mountain in the house in the mountains in the snow being exploded. You're like, oh, yeah, this looks cool. Ninjas fighting in like some kind of like a bathhouse looking place. You're like, this is neat. But yeah, this scene was great. Even though it's unbelievable, it looks amazing.
Yes.
It was just such a great action sequence. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, afterwards he carries them back, so it's after trying to pull him up with one arm, now I have to carry him all the way to this house and drop him off here.
He doesn't even, like, when he sets him down, he doesn't even do like a fuck my arm. Oh, like one of these, like, holy shit, you're heavy. Oh, I walk away. He's just like fine. He's like, let me know when you're better. Tell him I saved his life or whatever. I can't remember what he says.
If it was a Marvel movie, he would have talked about how heavy he was or something like that.
He'd be like,
he would have quipped.
It would have been,
Yes.
Well, he would have. What it would have been was he would have grabbed him and held him like that, and he would have farted because that's funny.
You mean late
farts
stage
are funny.
Marvel screenwriting?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
I think you,
James
I think you
Gunn.
had more than
You're forgetting
108.
Iron Man 2 had a sequence where he stood in front of a crowd and pissed himself. You're forgetting that. That was early stage Marvel MCU. So.
But that was supposed to be his lowest point as in his character development. So I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying that they were
It
already
still
doing
served
that
the
kind of
purpose.
comedy.
So you're right. But yeah, back then things had a purpose for happening. But
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
but thankfully, Bruce found a cell phone and called Alfred, who brought the Wayne plane over there. And they discussed the plans that he wants to now be a symbol, and he can't defeat the criminals as Bruce Wayne, but as a symbol, he'll be able to do that. And we get the nice long shot of Gotham. Is this actually a real place?
Chicago.
No, I know it's based on Chicago, but I'm saying, is this picture right now Chicago?
I think that is Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very oddly shaped.
they're doing.
Why
it
does
from
it have
weird
1,000 peninsulas to it?
I mean, they want to hide that it's Chicago.
Yeah, that's a good
why.
point.
Yeah, I mean, is there some kind of digital trickery here? You know, kind of like
Yeah,
You know,
the steam, most likely the steam.
combining
on the-
cities. You know,
Yeah.
you guys saw her.
Yeah.
Like
I've
that
seen that
futuristic
one.
LA was very awesome looking. It was like taking actual cities like LA and China and like combining them in composite shots. So you have this like otherworldly kind of city.
Yeah.
If
then-
there's one complaint I have about the Dark Knight trilogy, I mean, I besides the entirety of Dark Knight Rises, it is the way that Gotham just kind of becomes generic, pretty much from the get-go, but especially by Dark Knight.
Yeah, absolutely. But then we get to I forgot his first name, but Crane. Do you know what his first name is?
Victor.
Ichabod. No.
Ichabod. Yeah. Sorry.
No.
Ichabod. So he's testifying in defense of I'm sorry, not Raza, Victor Zsasz, which I think it was terribly wasted. Like, how come we got a Victor Zsasz, but we never actually saw him do much? I don't know. I
Oh,
just thought that was
because
kind of
they
strange.
just had no room for
Fun
it.
little
That's it,
Easter
yeah.
egg, fun little Easter egg, you know? Because like if it was just like it's one of those things where like he's not really essential to the movie. You're just having like
It's Jonathan Crane. Yeah.
You're showing that he's doing stuff in the legal system, getting criminals off. So it could have been any criminal, but the fact that you just make him some other fun Easter egg character.
It
I mean,
annoys me that he doesn't have like the scars. Like that would that have really been that hard to do?
I think later on
He has
he
a
has
couple
a
of them.
single
a couple,
scar.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
has a
exactly.
couple of them, but like he doesn't have enough of them.
Well, he just started out. That's why.
He's
This is
got-
the begins and everything. So this is young Victor. I'm not whatever the Victor Zsasz. Yeah. So
This is Zaz starts. This is what that's
Yes.
the secondary movie.
So Rachel is she works as a lawyer, and she's questioning Crane of how come so many criminals are getting off and they're all being transferred to Arkham. She finds obviously
Like-
this very
she's like, hey,
suspicious.
Why do you want to create an atomic bomb, sir?
So then we get Bruce Wayne, and he's at his house doing all of his research of
Drinking a screwdriver.
yeah, sitting there, and he hears some bats, and he's like, "Wait a second, I know a place that we can do this stuff more in secret." So he unearths the place that he fell as a child, rappels down there, and starts going around this massive cave system. Which I think they said that his family was using it as like an underground railroad for slaves
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
so they were good. They were always good people.
Always
you
a
know,
good
you don't
guy,
want to
yeah.
find out the Waynes were like a bunch of slave owners living in Kentucky in the 1700s or whatever.
Well, they took
you
the
know?
slaves and brought them on the land, and then had them secretly pretend to work the land, so no one would be
Like,
suspicious about it.
just
Yeah,
work
just
all
pre-
of this land for a while. And
Yeah, just
Just
you know.
seems like slavery with extra steps.
So this was actually a
Yes.
full scale set, by the way. This was
Really?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
built this set.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, it
shocked
looks
that
great.
Christopher Nolan didn't actually find a cave
Find a
system or
real
something,
cave.
and
It's
just
like,
fill
look,
it with
I
bats.
found a cave with deadly vampire bats, and I want you to
Oh.
hang around there for a while.
Also,
Become
like
one with the
also
bat.
tear up all the ecosystem by installing all these like lights and camera rigs and stuff into it. Like, fuck nature, let's do it. But yeah, I mean, if you found this under your house, like, first of all, your property value just tripled. Like, you're like, what,
Absolutely.
dude? Holy shit! Cha-ching!
He has a waterfall and everything too. Yeah, Wayne Manor's doing pretty well at this point. Then we get over to Falcone, who's talking with Crane. They're very vague about it, but he says, "You know, my employer is going to be
blue eyes right there."
Tell him
Actually,
that
the reason he keeps taking his glasses off is because Christopher Nolan is like obsessed with Cillian Murphy's eyes. It's like
Is he really?
fact. Yes, he is. Yeah.
I actually saw a screen test where Cillian Murphy did a Batman thing because he
In
was
the,
one of, like,
in the Val Kilmer suit.
he didn't really have any oomph to it whatsoever. He was talking like a regular person. So
I'm
He
not,
guess
plays
uh,
a different kind of psychopath. Like to be the Batman level psychopath is a different version. He's like the calm little like weird psychopath. Like,
He's perfect for Scarecrow. I'm not
Yes,
physically
absolutely.
intimidated by Cillian Murphy. The idea when I saw American Psycho and he's like doing like 100 push-ups, you know, his back's all huge. He's doing all those 1,000 crunches.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. When you find out he's gonna play Batman, I'm like, that's perfect.
that
you
makes
know?
sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Cillian Murphy actually probably could play a lot of Batman villains if you think about it.
Oh, absolutely.
He could play Riddler probably pretty well. I would say like Mad Hatter would probably be something he could pull off.
Okay.
Mm.
But I think this was a great casting. I think this was a fantastic.
It's a great casting, but I think later on, as we're going to see, I think it was wasted towards the end.
Yeah,
You know,
it
we'll-
does
we'll
feel
get
like
to
the
that.
second half of the movie, like the latter portions of the movie, he kind of just
Yeah.
falls the wayside.
I
Mm-hmm.
love thinking about like, you know, in a few years how we'll be able to just like hopefully just make our own wacky AI movies at like the few clacks of a keyboard. Remake the Adam West Batman with Cillian Murphy in every role. There you go. That would be insane. And
the
I bet you
technology's
Cillian
close.
Murphy, but also even Cillian Murphy's such a crazy actor. Like, you know, I'm sure he wouldn't, you know, he wouldn't do it, but I mean, that's one of those things that'd be like, that's an interesting idea. But no.
Selvier, what do you think of Cillian Murphy's? Because I like him. First of all, what do you think of him as an actor in general? Like as a screenwriter, like what do you feel you could do with him?
I mean,
Like,
basically, I wouldn't have done anything different. He's perfect for this. So,
I feel like he's a very versatile actor, at least in his abilities. and
I
like,
actually
what he
have
can
not
pull off.
seen that many. Like, I never got into Peaky Blinders. So the only
Oh,
other
okay.
thing
Me
I know
neither.
him from is 28 Days Later.
Yeah,
Did you ever seen
and,
Oppenheimer?
He plays.
Oppenheimer, Red
I
Eye.
didn't like. I forgot about Oppenheimer. I didn't like Oppenheimer.
I
didn't like-
What do you mean?
They want me to sympathize with commies. It's like, no, I can't do that.
He's like, I'm from Bosnia. I'm not
Yeah,
in
you will
involved with this.
Yugoslavia,
I'm
but
in
I'm
the-
like, I cannot.
I was
do
in the
that.
battlegrounds of this shit for a long time. I'm not doing it.
I'm not gonna lie, Oppenheimer, the big atom bomb test is a big dud. It's like, man,
Yeah.
you should have detonated a real nuke if you had the balls. Or at the very least, yeah, I know you're against computer animation, but it's got to be like a nuclear
I mean, my favorite.
bomb.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but my favorite character was Matt Damon's character. He was the best
Yeah,
thing in
he
Oppenheimer.
was a highlight for sure.
Yeah.
What I really quickly about Oppenheimer, I find it really funny how they were suspecting him as a communist when he was a former communist, goes to communist rallies. His wife is a communist. His side piece is a communist, and all of his friends are communist. But you're telling me he's on trial because they suspect he's a communist? What a world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the movie lost
I'm
me. in
friends
that.
with a lot of Europeans. So
Now, was this that guy that you were saying the actor
Yeah,
wise
that's
before?
Rutger Hauer, baby.
Rutger Hauer.
He's Dutch, right? Right.
Dude, yeah. If you see
that-
Paul Verhoeven's early movies like Flesh and Blood, and is that what it's called? And yeah, he's in. He speaks German in that one.
Nice.
He's also in Lady Hawk. That's another really good one he's in. Damn, dude. Yeah, Rutger Hauer is. He's a good actor because like you just remember the movies. You don't really, you know, he kind of blends in those roles, even though he's always kind of. He's got that unique face and that I don't know. He's an interesting guy.
I'm kind of confused. I would say if this was a Marvel movie, he would be a later villain in the Batman trilogy. It's like with Bruce, like with Iron Man, how he fires someone and then they come back to haunt him later on. I'm kind of surprised that this guy wasn't later on in the other movies as well as someone.
No, I like
Bruce
that
Wayne
he's.
built this in a Bruce Wayne built a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah.
Well, I like that he's because Batman has his hurdles and his opponents, and so does Bruce Wayne. And this is just like another one of these hurdles that Bruce Wayne needs to overcome. Is this corporate nonsense. This.
Well, yeah, he has to maintain this facade that he gives a shit about the general business. He doesn't care about the day to day. I think one of the best lines about him and his actual what he cares about for the business is just that he can fund what he's doing as Batman. It's in the Dark Knight where you got to make sure the trust fund stays full. That's one of Lucius's lines in the second movie.
So Bruce shows up, immediately starts flirting with the secretary, and explains that he's back in town. He's not looking to step on anyone's toes. He's looking for a job, and he's looking for a job in applied sciences, where we meet Lucius Fox. Thought it was a great casting, well done by Morgan Freeman.
And you got a great still shot of him in the middle of taking a really good piss, apparently. Just like.
So
I do find it funny that he's in the division is called Applied Sciences, but none of it is actually being applied for anything.
Yes, he explains how everything down here it's a dead end. It's that's all it is. They put him down here to die because he questioned things. But he was big friends with Thomas Wayne, and so he's able to keep the job here. And we actually get to see how some of the, like you said, some of the stuff is not in production at all, but here's the grappling hook system and the eventual Batman suit. But he explains how it's $100,000 and it's not worth the soldier's life for that amount of money.
The super uncomfortable suit.
It looks uncomfortable.
A thing I found out when I was reading up on the movie was apparently Christian Bale had 2 guys who followed him around the whole time to make sure that the suit didn't get smudgy and dirty.
Yeah.
So it always looked pristine, which is hilarious when you think about the fact that he's in Gotham.
Yeah.
Well, I just, we always talked about how, was it the new Batman movie came out with Robert Pattinson? Everyone's obsessing over. It's the first time he's got the eye makeup, because that's something we always know is Batman. Before he suits up, he puts a bunch of eye makeup on. But the other thing that they forget about is before he puts on the suit, he also he probably puts body baby powder all over his crevices and stuff before he gets in this suit, because dude, that's just like you said, that thing riding up on you is not going to be cool. It's
one of my favorite things, and I really want to do a stream on this one day. It's got to be just me and a bunch of people that just don't give a fuck about life. What is it? College Humor when they did Badman, all the and
with Pete Holmes.
Is that who it is in it?
I think it is Pete Holmes. Yeah.
And then he's talking. They're redoing the scene from The Dark Knight Rises. He's like, let me get this straight. We did some stuff. You sucked my dick. By the way, how did that taste? I fight crime in a rubber suit. Really seals in the flavor.
Oh. Again, your Batman is merging into Vince McMahon territories.
Well, that's just how it. Yeah, it's
Yeah. So then we get the nice suit up scene. Sadly, we don't get any nipples on this thing for some odd reason.
Because it's a real body armor. It's not.
Yeah. So I it shows him doing the cave system and everything, and just spray painting the suits so it looks all black and cool like. And then we cut to later on in Gotham City, where is this Harvey Bullock? This is Gordon's partner.
The actor name?
I don't hear me.
No.
Right?
You guys hear me?
Character?
Yeah,
you mean
yeah,
the character?
Yeah, the character.
Are we coming out of the same microphone?
No, he's like what the hell?
I don't think so.
It's not. Okay, no, I just thought because I know Harvey Bullock was Gordon's partner in the show and stuff like that. So,
hold on, Cop from Batman Begins. I don't know. I forget his name.
Yeah,
they say his name a few times and I totally forget.
Yeah, I blank out names all the time, but yeah. So he's of course a dirty cop because he's taking money from all these places.
Flass. It's Flass. They don't actually. I don't think he has a first name in the IMDb at least.
Okay. So, of course, Gordon is the only good cop in Gotham, so he refuses to take the money. And, of course, that rubs elbows with a lot of other police officers in Gotham. As is happening, Bruce is suiting up into, I guess, semi-Batman outfit without the mask.
In his best peaceful protest gear.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much. And shows up at Gordon's office and puts a not a gun, just just an object to the back of his head and explains to him.
It's a stapler. It's a stapler.
Is it a stapler?
it's
Yeah,
just a
that's
stapler.
why he makes it. He does the sound as if it's like reload, as if he's pulling back. The
Oh, I thought it was like one of his little
Yep.
clips and something like that. Okay, that's
hammer. Nah, it's
clever.
a stapler.
Yeah.
I
So
think it
we
even
explain-
says like Gordon on the top of it or something.
it
It's like something's
it
written
does
on
say
top
something,
of it.
yeah.
G. Am I
It's
coming
the
out of the
city-
same microphone? Am I all good still? Audio
Can you
wise?
stop that?
You're
are.
good. It's just on my
You're
end. It's a
good.
little bit staticky. So, but yeah. So he explains to Gordon that we what do you need to take down these crime families? And he explains, the DA and all these other
An
pieces.
atomic bomb.
Yes. Yeah. So he bolts out of there, and of course, Gordon, being the good cop that he is, still has to follow him and try to arrest him as Bruce jumps off this building and does the Peter Parker my back thing as he hits the wall.
The face is. I wish he wasn't wearing the mask for that face.
So then the
He
next
looks
day,
like he looks like he's just pinching off the biggest deuce ever. Like
I do a good job screenshotting these things.
It's a good one.
So the
But
next day,
it is a good lesson. He realizes that he needs a
yes,
cape.
he learned-
just like
yeah,
just like Tony Stark, he learns from all of his mistakes, and the next
literally
day,
every
Yeah.
mistake he makes that probably would have killed him. Actually, but
so
like, that
if
would
you
have
go-
at minimum broke his ribs and shit. I don't care if you're
Oh,
wearing
absolutely.
the armor. It's still your ribs are still gonna break from the fall.
So he goes to Fox and explains that, hey, do you have any light fabric parachutes? I'm doing some spelunking and things like that. So I need no, it was something different, he said. But yeah. So then we
Base jumping.
find base jumping. That's what
yeah.
it was, though. So now we have the cape where you run electrical current to it, and it becomes whatever you want it to be.
Rigid.
Yes. And then they see the tumbler. The
What's that?
yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't be interested in that.
The Tumbler? Oh, you would be. Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing the Frank Miller style tank Batmobile in a movie.
Yeah.
Which is something I've always wanted to see.
I like it. I think
and
it's
this
better than
thing-
the other
this-
ones.
Cool, yeah.
And it's a real vehicle. It's badass. This thing is awesome.
Yes,
It,
it
makes
looks like
sense.
it could,
Like this looks like it would just plow through everything in front of it. It just doesn't.
absolutely
Right.
He
we're not
actually
going
wasn't
for
allowed to drive this
stealthy.
at all.
Oh, I bet.
No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
No, I was just saying. This is not one of these the sleek, fast, kind of sporty looking Batmobiles that we get. What was the
No,
one
no.
where I think it's Batman and Robin where the Batmobile has like a blue like dance club like rave going on in the
Batman
engine.
Forever. That's Batman Forever.
Okay.
I only know
That's
that
so
because I had
silly.
that toy when I was a kid, and you hit a button and it lit up. That's the only reason I remember that. It had like a skeleton around it almost, and it was the
Yeah.
lights were on. Honestly, I don't ever think that there's ever really been a bad Batmobile. There's been ones that have been better than others.
No,
but-
they're all cool cars.
Yeah, like obviously you go back to the '60s show, and it's they did what they could. They had to limited with what they could do. Probably everybody's favorite, the most iconic one is the Michael Keaton one. That's I would say.
Yeah.
The ones for even Batman and Robin and Batman Forever kind of looked cool. This one is what it is. I love the fact that they went super practical for the Batman. I love that.
Yes.
It's just a souped up muscle car. I do like that.
Well, I like that he was building it himself. It seemed
Yeah.
it wasn't something that, someone else made for him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean the Tumbler, as we see in like the Dark Knight, is a big problem because it's like anybody who worked on that vehicle would be like, "Who owns one of these?" Like, there's only a few of them that exist, and I think they all belong to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So then Falcone is talking to Glass about the shipment coming up tonight. Can we go to part 3, please?
Okay. I wasn't expecting that so soon.
And then we get the suit up again, but it's again, sadly, no nipples. As he
We
starts,
need the nipples, damn it.
we
What
need
is
the nipples.
what is worse, the nipples or the bad credit card? Which one?
The back credit
Credit
card.
card.
Okay.
The credit card. The biggest problem with the bat nipples is they were not equal about it, and they did not give Alicia Silverstone bat
Yeah.
nipples.
Yeah.
What's
What a
up with
world.
that? I do love the redesign of the logo for this movie. It's so slick.
Yes.
For the Batman symbol,
They have done that over time. They've redone it for almost every version of
Yeah.
Batman movie. And this one, I like because they actually use it makes sense as the batarangs because they're very small, almost
right.
like shurikens are. Whereas like in the older Batman movies, the 90s ones, they were these big fucking
Like
like
frisbees
boomerangs,
almost.
frisbees.
Mhm.
It looked like one of those like foam frisbees you got when you were a kid, and it's like
Yeah,
how the
I also
fuck does this
just
thing even work?
it's also kind of like the new Superman logo. Like I feel like they're, at least inspired by some of the Alex Ross Batman symbols that he made. For like if you read Batman War on Crime, that was a great book because I feel like Batman Begins was obviously very heavily influenced by War on Crime because War on Crime was all about he has no bat gadgets. He's got the Batarang and some smoke grenades. He doesn't have a Batmobile. He doesn't have any of the crazy crap, and he only uses like the aura of fear, projected on him. This mythological bat creature thing is why all the villains are afraid of him. And he pretty much tackles only street level crime. And it's great. And I feel like that is so.
Well, the reason I like these is because they're disposable. He doesn't need them back. He has dozens and dozens of them on him.
Yeah.
Whereas like the ones in the the Batman Forever and stuff, they're like I said, if he loses that, he really only has the one on him. It needs to come
they
back.
Have, like microchips in them and stuff or whatever. They're all
like these are he just has 100 of them on his belt, and he just uses them and then just disposes of them, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said this the other day where I was like, I used to make fun of ninja stars, and then I held one in my hand one day, and I was like, oh my god, you could totally kill someone with one of these things. These are not funny. These are no joke.
So we cut to the docks where Glass is meeting some of the other Falcone workers. We see that they're smuggling some kind of drugs in stuffed animals. And he goes to talk to Falcone. Everything's going according to plan. And then some of the workers start being taken out one by one.
Where are you?
Great shot of it.
Great trailer. That was a great trailer moment too. That was
yes, absolutely.
Really selling the hype.
Yeah. So yeah, he after he beats, I didn't even bother with the shots of it because it was just so fast and close
it's
up.
hard, honestly. This movie
this
would
is
be
one
really
of the few
hard
criticisms.
To get
Yeah. Don't know
criticisms
how
of this action sequence, and I think it's on purpose, but it's just so.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just disjointed and crazy and hard to follow. But like when you're watching it on the big screen, it's like, okay, this is like insane. But when you watch it on a small screen and you really see what's in every frame, you're like, man, this looks like sloppy.
Well, I mean, I can just speak to the director. I've directed some action scenes, and like the as I said before, like the warehouse fight in Batman v Superman, even if the movie is not that great, but that warehouse fight is the perfect way how I would imagine Batman fighting and taking down multiple people. But that sequence alone took probably a month to shoot with a proper action B unit for everything. And I don't think I think Christopher Nolan just wanted to do it himself, and he just didn't have the action directing chops yet.
I think it could have worked if it was just showing, okay, we're not going to fully show what Batman could do until later on in the movie, but then later on in the movie happens and we don't see it. So
yeah, but it feels like a Taken movie at times, the way it just jump cuts around.
Irony. He was trained by Taken. John Taken was the one who trained him. So no, but in all seriousness, I actually think it works in a way only because it's Batman. And if this was anything else, I don't think it would work. And the reason why I say that is because part of his advantage is the confusion and the not knowing where he is. So it does actually work. It's not ideal. I wouldn't say it's ideal. I'd prefer to see a lot more of what's going on. But it does create that frenetic, like, what the fuck's going on feel.
Look, there is a way to film this like an Alien movie where just guys or like a Predator movie, guys just get snatched away multiple times in a wide shot, and it just looks very painful. You could have done it that way, but it's just all these close-ups. It's too much.
Well, one of my biggest problems is that I did watch the making of this, and they talk so much about the fighting style and all the training that they had to go through, and then we didn't get to see any of it.
We don't see it that much. Yeah,
but we do get him getting headbutted.
You do get to see a little bit more in the second movie and third.
A little bit,
Second is better in that regard. Yeah,
exactly. So
this hobo's still wearing the coat.
Yeah, it shows that he has.
By the way,
he gave him money. He's done nothing with it this whole time.
That's one of my people. He's Raje Serbejan. He's a Croatian actor, I think.
Yeah, I've seen him in Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he in like one of the John Wicks or something?
No, not. No, was he?
was this?
No, not John Wick. Right?
He's in, he's
No, you're tricking my mind.
It's been a
I've
lot
seen
of
him playing
things.
some
Yes, that's right.
mobsters or something somewhere. For sure.
Well, no.
It's funny.
Oh, no. Wait. You know where? Oh my God, what's the Diamond movie with Jason Statham? Snatch. He plays the Russian.
yeah,
Snatch.
Yeah, Boris the Butch.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Yeah,
Boris the Bullet
Butcher.
Dodger.
Yeah. That's him.
Why
yeah.
is he
I
called
love-
the Bullet Dodger?
One of my
Well-
favorite things about any movie with a Russian mobster is that they're generally never played
Never
by
Russian,
actual
yeah.
Russians. It's always somebody from the Balkans or like Sweden or something.
You get a better rate with us. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't-
Exactly.
It's funny that you
2 for
mentioned
1.
Croatia because, like, I'll just say this for everybody. Right before the show, we started the show. I was joking. We were joking because Selvir's from Bosnia, and we were joking about how Croatia just stole their
The old
coastline.
beaches.
They're like, Bosnia's like, hey, I'd love to go to the beach, and Croatia's like, absolutely the fuck not. You're not going there at all.
So after Bruce takes down Falcone, we cut to Rachel on again the dirtiest train possibly imagined by the human soul.
Well, it's great because it shows the time progression. So, like when you first saw that train,
Yeah.
with the Waynes on it, was
was
pristine.
pristine,
It was
yeah.
clean. It was
We just built
Here-
this train for the city as a gift. And they shot him.
So Rachel, I don't know where she's going though, but she does get attacked by 2 guys as she pulls a taser on one. Batman is taking out the other guy, and he explains to her what we have to do to take down all these mob bosses. He has to get the right people involved on it because he wants to go by the book.
Cage.
Yes, wants to go by the book and through the judicial system with it and everything. And of course, then he disappears, like typical Batman. And we cut
Yeah,
to
so he's like putting chess pieces on the board. He's got someone like Gordon in the police station, and he's got someone like Katie Holmes in the legal area. He's got Morgan Freeman, at his corporation, his company. So he's getting he's not a one-man army.
Exactly.
So you gotta have.
He can't do it all by himself, but he gets to. They go see Falcone attached to a giant light.
go back.
Oh yeah,
He would be melted to this.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's hot.
Yes.
That's hot.
Like that light. So
It's a form
like
of
a standard
torture.
like spotlight they use for like stages and stuff is
Yeah.
about maybe
You
1/8
need
the
gloves.
size
You
of
need,
that thing.
You
Yeah.
need gloves.
And you need gloves
for
to
sure.
handle it. It can melt your skin to
Yeah.
it if it touches. That thing is probably close to like 1,000 degrees. It's like
can you imagine
uh,
if he died and then Bruce has to hear about it later on?
Bruce being like a rich kid does not understand that the light gets that hot. He like ties him up, and then he turns it on and he walks away, and like few seconds go by, and he's just like and he doesn't realize like you left that guy to die, and Batman's like, oh whoops. But
I guess
also,
I do
like,
kill now.
you ever walk into like these rooms using these lights, like like you gotta like install separate air conditioners, just
let me put it this way.
keep the room cool.
An LED one, and LEDs are generally cool light. It's not
Yeah.
as hot. That was a legitimate like large bulb incandescent one.
High-
But
yeah.
an LED one can reach 212 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're peeling him
Oh,
off.
sorry. And for our upwards of 100 Celsius for those of us who are using communist numbers.
So the next morning, Bruce is reading the newspaper. Obviously, you can see he's a little injured from his fight last night. And the papers have gotten a hold of what's going on. And he realized, okay, now I'm actually doing some good here. And we cut over to his company where an employee is I forgot the guy's name, the guy in charge of, but he's telling him how one of our cargo ships carrying around this weapon that a device that vaporizes the enemy's water supply is now missing.
Yeah, that's why I love this screenplay. It's just it works like clockwork. So right at the middle,
Yeah.
in the middle, you raise the stakes with a proper midpoint, and that's when they introduce the machine, basically. Raising the stakes, increasing the danger, and everything. So it's great.
Oh, absolutely. It's a hell of a machine too. When
Yeah.
I first heard that, I thought maybe wouldn't it like vaporize the water in your body too? I don't know.
Don't
So
think too much about it.
You're
this,
right.
this plot actually doesn't make much sense because now they're pouring the drugs in there. It's activated from heat, so nobody has boiled water to make pasta.
Yeah,
no one has
anyone who's taking a shower, right?
No Italians making pasta.
It's
this whole
only
time.
until the water becomes steam that it becomes toxic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things like, you know what, we'll just blow through it and get to it later on. So now Bruce realized that he cannot just be Bruce Wayne and hide in the shadows. He has to be the public playboy. He has to be seen, so there's no suspicions whatsoever. So he goes out with
to
some.
have fun, and you might have some by accident. It's a great line. He's got models. He's trying to
He
buy.
says, "I'm going to buy this hotel."
I do love this. That basically, it's like, he's doing this very noble thing, trying to bring down crime and stuff. And like his butler is like, you should probably create some sort of a cover story. Maybe you should just like go find some really hot women and fuck them.
And
he's like,
bring them here too.
But also,
I'll take the bullet for the team. I'll do it.
But also, just storytelling wise, the reason he is uncomfortable with it all, he kind of hates his name. Like he doesn't believe in the Wayne name, and that's part of his journey as well, to accept himself as a Wayne. That's going to be important at the end of the second act when the transformation actually happens. That's going to be very important.
And I love how they one up this in the second one. So in this one, he has a couple of European models that he just brings to this hotel.
Ballerinas.
In the second one, he literally takes the entire like Moscow ballet with him on a boat, like.
And just leaves them there pretty
After
much.
a while, he'd be like, "Well, I bought an island in the Philippines, and I just got all the women from that island. So that should have been what he did." It was just like.
So as he's leaving, he runs into Rachel, which is disappointed in him that he's not taking things seriously, I guess, and he's just having fun with his money and everything like that. And he even kind of explains
Also,
to her,
Bruce
like,
Wayne, he's set a hell of a jealousy trap too with these two models too.
"Oh, absolutely." Then we get a Crane.
You actually see it like in real time. It's a great thing that Christian Bale does. He's doing the whole cocked up eyebrows and stuff, walking around. Then he sees Rachel, and it's like he immediately dips into this like
Rachel
other person, and you see it happen in the like 5 seconds of real time, and it's very well done.
Mm-hmm. So then we get a Crane. He's meeting with Falcone, and like we said before, I like that Cillian Murphy. He's not that intimidating at all, but of course, then he gets the Scarecrow mask and explains to him, like, well, the people in Arkham are all freaked out by it. As he's doing that, he shoots his gas in Falcone's face, and as he's leaving, he's like, "Yeah, this man is crazy. Have him shipped over to Arkham immediately, please."
Have him shipped over to my private facilities.
He's not faking that one. I can't help it here. He does like these like the great like the way he turns his head and like uses his hands is so. It's very the opposite of what a lot of psychiatrists do, because psychiatrists are supposed to watch you and like observe what's going on, and he does a lot of looking away and stuff throughout whenever he's interacting with people.
Yeah. Also, same thing with Ra's al Ghul in the beginning of the movie and Scarecrow here. I just love the idea that like just a cool, facial presence and just a normal suit is just such a cool villain costume. You don't have to have like this ridiculous outfit, that some of these I mean, granted, that is like some of these other superhero movies like the Deadpool movies pull off the comic book accurate costumes, but this one was really good at like simplifying them and just really, everything. Yeah, exactly. It works.
This random thought just popped into my head, and I just want to run it past you guys. If this movie would have been made in the 90s, like if they would have actually done Scarecrow, who's the first person who popped in my head with the mannerisms that Cillian Murphy uses is, I literally just lost it.
Jim Carrey.
No.
Ewan McGregor.
No, Jurassic Park, fucking.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be good.
So, like the mannerisms he does, where he uses his hands a lot and turns away.
It would have been good.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Hideaway with Jeff Goldblum's a psychic or whatever? That was a cool one.
Yeah.
I mean, he was menacing in.
We're not recasting this one, by the way, guys. I know that we did that for the last few. We're not recasting. I did actually come up with another game where I want to play though. But go on, Sylvia. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying he was quite menacing in The Fly. It ramps up.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Fly's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
My favorite
Yeah.
part is when he starts punching the wall out. He's like, "Does this look like a sick man to you? Huh? Do I look sick?" Yes.
So speaking of sick, Batman goes to visit Gordon at his house. Again, just the dumpiest possible place imaginable. And they talk about like Enzo said, he's putting all the pieces on the chessboard together. He's finding out, okay, who's a dirty cop that I could talk to that's involved in Falcone's business. So of course Gordon explains that Glass would know everything. So Batman
Flass.
Flack?
Flass. Flass. Flass.
Well, thankfully we never see him after this scene, so I don't have to memorize it. So yeah, so he takes him up on his bat repellent gun and keeps him just keeps dropping them. Exactly, and just keeps dropping them over and over again until he gives up all the until he gives up the information of there's stuff going on in the Narrows. Here's the location to it. Don't kill me and everything like that.
Hey man, I've got kids to feed. They don't like falafel.
They don't like falafel. That's a great line. That's a great line.
Thank you for that.
So this guy here, I didn't really touch upon him before, but this is Rachel's boss, and he's investigating why this.
Attorney.
Oh yes,
Like,
he's
the district attorney. It's a big deal that they just killed this guy. You know.
Yeah, they kill him off in a second as he's just investigating one of Falcone's crates. He's like, "Oh, let's go into it."
It doesn't matter. They want to burn down Gotham anyway, so I guess at that point.
Yeah. What is this thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the entire series does that a lot, where they set up people specifically to die and be replaced by the person that's actually well known.
Right.
Like Commissioner Loeb is set up and is barely in any scenes in this movie and in the next one, just to be set up to be killed, so that way we can get Commissioner Gordon.
exactly.
All right.
Yep. So afterwards, Batman goes to the Narrows, which is realistically just a garbage dump that's in the sea that they put a shanty town on top of. But Crane's over there with some guys, and they're setting fire to the place. Why exactly are they doing this? Do they suspect that anyone's coming for them?
Well, this is where all of their evidence is, and now it's known that they're being looked at. So Falcone got busted.
Yes.
The cops figured out that they're only getting half of the shipment, so they're figuring out where it's going. So it's only a matter of time until they trace it here. The little barriers they have that they're operating within that prevent the law from getting to them are breaking down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's still a little bit of it before the flood takes over. So what they're going to do is they're going to destroy the evidence before that fully happens.
Okay. So as this happened, Batman just takes out two of the guards really quickly, but Crane puts on his scarecrow mask and gasses them with it. And what's the line he says?
You're a guy who takes yourself too seriously. You need to lighten up.
Perfect. And then sets Batman on fire, and he jumps out of a window. And he repels himself up to a top of a building where he calls Alfred to come get him. Don't know how we get that happening, but
I don't know how he finds him, and how he gets him off of this rooftop.
He just calls him, starts screaming Alfred's name into a phone. Then the next scene, he's in the car.
For years, I thought he said Alfred, but he actually said Alfred, help me. He says.
Can you imagine being Alfred on the other end of that phone call? It's like, okay, cool. Where do you want me to go?
Yeah, you have to understand that Michael Caine is an elderly man. That's why I don't mind younger Alfred, because like, not only does Alfred, probably have like a bad back. Keep in mind he's bone dry in this scene. Like somehow, like you said, he's gotten him into the car somehow.
Yeah, Batman is completely soaked at this point.
But yeah, he's like totally losing it.
Alfred, I'm wet.
This is like, I've seen lots of people like this at like sanctuary tents and raves, It's like, what did you take, bro?
I didn't get any super chats to read like that. I just said you just gotta like exacerbate very aggressively, and that's Batman. That's Christian Bale's Batman,
pretty much. But Bruce wakes up a couple days later, and Alfred has had Fox come over and help synthesize some kind of an antidote for him. And they explain.
No, it's like Michael Caine was like, he was like real big in the 70s and the 60s, so he was able to talk Bruce Wayne down, like just roll with the vibe, man. Just ride the snake. Bruce.
Um,
Just
So, funny part. There's a fun fact about this specific scene. While they were waiting for it to be filmed, Christian Bale actually fell asleep on the bed,
What?
and
Nice.
and they, what was it? Michael Caine walked up and was like, "See, he's bloody sleeping." Like it's just like,
It's a
Um,
comfortable bed.
Yeah,
All
apparently
that
just
money and he
comfortable
falls
bed.
asleep on the set.
I mean,
yeah,
this
I
is a pretty physically demanding role. I wouldn't be shocked if he was exhausted.
Also, like they tell you, hey, places, and you got to stay in your place for a while. And if your place is like a bed where you're just laying there, I mean, yeah.
They actually had a
Wait.
whole scene that was filmed next to it, and he was just in the bed waiting for the scene to come along. He was like, they actually,
Christian Bale probably thinking like, hey, I will fall asleep for real, so when they wake me up for real, it'll sell my performance, because he's like one of those guys. Methods.
Yeah. But then Rachel shows up. I don't know why her eyes are closed in this picture, but she's explaining that she's going to go confront Crane about what's going on. Of course, Bruce doesn't like that. He knows that what Crane's up to. So again, he goes and suits up.
So one thing about Katie Holmes, if you go back to that picture of her,
Yeah, sure. Oh,
so in certain scenes, it not so bad, but she just kind of just comes off like she looks really young. She doesn't really feel like a district attorney. Like
No.
she
Right.
doesn't. That's one thing that Maggie Gyllenhaal got a lot better. She carried herself like physically in a way that would be more like somebody in that kind of position. Whereas like Katie Holmes just kind of carries herself like she's still doing like teen dramas and stuff. It's very probably what I don't know the exact story behind why she didn't come back. I'm sure there's several reasons. I never really looked into it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they weren't particularly sad that she didn't come back because it didn't really feel like she was.
okay. I can see that. So after Bruce starts suiting up, we cut over to Fox, who his boss is telling him about. I need all the information on the device that got stolen, and because Fox is asking too many questions, he tells him to clear out his desk or fired.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to cover up something too with this whole thing. It seems.
All right. Did you
Yes.
lose one? Did
Go
you
ahead, Dub.
lose one of those microwave emitters? They talk about how it's Bruce Wayne's birthday today, and I'm guessing in this canon it's April 7th is his birthday, because like I've heard that his birthday is either February, according to some comics. Other comics have said it's April 7th, and then the Batman and Batman the animated series I think says it is October. Now, I personally subscribe to the idea that Batman is a Scorpio, but based on
wondering where
the
you were going with
weather, based on the weather I'm seeing in this movie right now, it does seem like it might be April. So yeah,
I'd
What-
never
what would-
ever questioned what the people's birthdays were in these movies.
well they brought it up like, hey, it's my birthday today, and I'm like, what is Batman? What is Batman's sign? That's interesting. Like if
So
your
Ri-
birthday is April 7th, what is your sign here? Let's see here.
I'm terrible with those things.
Yeah, same.
Me too. I only know my own. Zodiac. Ooh, it's an Aries. No.
No, not
No, Batman is not an Aries.
Well, Crane might be because he's talking to Rachel now, and we see Falcone just having a freak out in his chair over here, and he offers to show Rachel what's going on Arkham because it's one of those plans where it's too big to fail at this point. There's nothing she could possibly do to stop it, and she sees that they're pouring all this stuff into the Gotham water supply. And as she tries to run away, he turns into Scarecrow mode, puts the mask on, and gasses her.
They're
And
putting
the-
a white milky substance into our water. Okay, Rachel.
And he explains to them that she's going to die soon. He gave her a big synthesized version of this, so the brain could only handle so much. And as they're talking about this, the lights go off and signifies that Batman is now here. So Crane has a brilliant idea. He says, call the police. And he's like, you want them to come here? He's like, well, the plan's already underway. There's nothing they could do to stop it. And when he goes outside, the police will obviously take him down. So all we have to do is just run out of here. And as he does a really quick, shoddy fight scene, and he gets Crane with his own gas. I don't know why Crane doesn't die. Maybe it's because he's worked on it for so many years that he built up some kind of an immunity to it. I don't really know.
Would you die? I think your mind is just mush. Like you're
Well, I just don't
gone.
like how he explained before how this is going to kill Rachel, but he gets gassed and doesn't kill him.
Maybe it works differently
Yeah.
in insane people.
Possibly. Yeah. could
He
be.
might have a tolerance, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's been working on this stuff for all
Yeah.
these years that, it doesn't affect him the same way, though. I like his little expression of that, though. So outside, the police have shown up, and Gordon runs in there. Obviously, he knows Batman's not going to hurt him, and he explains to him that you have to get Rachel out of here. And he pulls out the bat summoner button,
Bat
something like that.
summoner.
I don't know what we're gonna call that thing, but he presses some button on his shoe.
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't think
hear-
he actually. I don't think it has a name. It's definitely some sort of like,
It's just like a sonar.
emitter.
No, it's a
sonar emitter.
bat whistle. I think that's
A
The
bat
bat
whistle.
bat whistle.
So he summons all the bats in Gotham to attack all the police officers, and he
All
throws
the
it
bats. Come on.
throws it down the hallway, and then he's able to hide himself in this swarm of bats. This scene here, I think it's like total Adam West nod to it because he blows up the thing, and then he walks in the room, blows up another wall, says "excuse me," and then just walks out. And these two dudes just look at each other. It's like, what are we doing here?
I guess we should escape.
I guess.
But yeah, I do love like the idea that like because in this movie he uses the bats a couple times, but like he doesn't really use it in the sequels a whole lot. And I like to think that it's one of these things where like kind of like a cat with a laser pointer. Like at first the cat is really freaked out by it, but after a while the cat's like, I'm done chasing the laser. You know, the same thing can be done. Like I'm sure there's a certain like diminishing returns on that bat heel, where it's like the bats just kind of are like, you know what, let's
Fuck
not go
that
this
guy.
time. Because it
Exactly.
seems like every time we go to that thing, it's just a big waste of time.
So everyone in Gotham, all the police officers get rabies, of course, from this. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so he puts Rachel into the Batmobile, and we get a nice little scene here. Make sure you unmute yourselves. Let's see.
Rachel.
Yeah. Now, of course, the goal of this is that Rachel's dying, so you should keep her calm, right? But
So
then
he does everything in his power to do the opposite of keep her calm.
Yes, let's just jump off the roofs and everything. Yeah. Smashes every vehicle
Well,
he
the big
possibly
problem is
can.
telling her to calm down. That never works.
Never works out. Accurate.
Yeah, that was his first mistake.
Don't ever tell a woman to calm down, and don't ever touch a black man's radio. And there's a few other rules.
There is
that you
actually
gotta follow.
there is actually a goof in this scene. The guy who's on the radio is also the guy who's in the car who's like, "Tell me what it looks like."
Oh,
yeah. They like totally fucked it up.
They're twins.
Is it really?
They're twin
Yeah.
brothers who work on the force.
So funny thing about the Batmobile, they had it like parked at one point, and a drunk driver actually hit it. And in a state of panic, ironically enough, like he thought it was a spacecraft. That's how fucking like fucked up this guy was. He was like, "I just hit a fucking spacecraft. What's going on?"
Why was the public able to get close to this thing?
I have no idea. I just know the story. I just know that there's a story about a guy who hit it and freaked out, thinking he just hit an alien.
Crazy. So yeah, he gets.
I do
he
love
gets-
the part where the tumbler is like just turns off all of its lights and it's like invisible for some reason.
Yeah, how does
You
that
literally
work?
Can't see it.
It's just really dark.
I mean, yeah, it's like if cars are matte paint and not reflective, you know, and
Yeah,
things
that's
like
what I
that.
mean, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's
There's-
like
There's definitely a science behind it, I bet, and some kind of behind the scenes of it. But thankfully, he gets Rachel to the Batcave in time where he can give her the antidote to it. And then Gordon shows up here, and then we get the explanation that they've been pouring this stuff into our water supply for weeks now, but we haven't found any of the effects of it because there's some kind of a secondary compound needed with it.
There is a huge missed opportunity to have in either at the end of this one or the beginning of the second movie, just the fluoride nutcases. Just like, they're trying to take over your minds with fluoride in the water. You see, I knew it.
Alex
Like,
Jones watching this is freaking out. Oh, can you go to part 4, please?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in the final part of this thing.
This one, right?
Yep. And like you said before, it's Bruce Wayne's birthday, And of course, he doesn't want to go to this party. He does not care about his family name. It means nothing to him. But Alfred explains to him that no, this is what matters. This is the last thing. Your name is the last thing of your family, and you have to honor them. Still doing this stuff. And of course, he goes over there, starts schmoozing up with all these people. And Gordon is trying to interrogate Crane for what exactly is going on here, but he just keeps telling him how he's coming. He doesn't give him any information besides that. Yeah. And then we get the back to the party. Yeah. Then we go back to the party where we get the white woman trying to speak.
Mr.
Ra's al Ghul.
She gets like really southern out of nowhere. She's all of a sudden she's from like Alabama for no reason.
What I hate about this scene is that after I don't understand. Is she involved with the League at all?
No, she's just a
No,
weird.
she's just a
Yes,
lady.
but yes. But the problem is that she introduces them, and he kind of freaks out when he sees your car here, and they have a conversation. It's like I watched him die.
If she knew, if she was part of it, she wouldn't. First of all, she'd know how to pronounce it, and second of all, she wouldn't have. Also, it's fucking stupid that they even do this. Might I add? It's like, yes, here's Ra's al Ghul, but no, that's not him. I'm actually behind you. Like,
I'm just saying, like, imagine you're introducing someone at a party, and the first thing he says, "That's not you. I watched him die," and she's like, "Okay, I guess I'll just walk off from here."
That's not you. I watched him die, but did you watch this guy die? It's like if she starts introducing like all these people that are just different, and this is also Ra's al Ghul, and this is his brother Ra's al Ghul, and it's like the only black guy in the crew.
So they have a conversation about. Obviously, he's very pissed that Bruce blew up his house and is trying to stop his plans and everything, and says, "Well, we could do this right here with everyone present if you want to do it that way." So Bruce decides to act drunk and make a toast and call everyone here scumbags and leeches and get out of my house. I don't care about you. And then the whole party does clear out except for the Roz and all the Rosalettes, we'll call them.
The Rosalettes. I don't understand though why they even bother to do this secondary fake out of like this other guy dressed as Ra's al Ghul.
I'm rewatching the scene and like, you know, Liam Neeson shows up also. And he's like, "Aren't his methods supernatural?" And both the old woman and the fake out Asian guy both walk away together.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
As if they're like. It's so weird.
Wouldn't that be an interesting conversation that you want to hear the rest of it if you're a
exit
random
scene.
person?
It's just, they just read the script and were like, it just says exit scene. We don't have to do anything else. We're just get paid.
Watched him. You watched him die. Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna go get another shrimp. You want to come with me, Mr. Ra's al Ghul? Like, I'll show you the cigar room.
Like, you seem to have a lot of money. I enjoy money.
So then we cut over to Arkham, and Roz's people have opened up all the doors here. We get Victor Zsasz for the last time in this movie for some odd reason.
For the last time in this series.
Yes. And they bring Crane his mask and everything. And then we get back to Roz talking with Bruce as they're setting his house on fire in the background.
I love the scene when he kicks everyone out of the party. He's like, all these people will die if you don't do anything. And he just calls them a bunch of phonies and fakes and acts all drunk. It's so great.
It worked. So
the apple has fallen far from the tree, I see.
He's become kind of a jerk. That's one of them. One of them says that. Kind of a jerk. That's my favorite thing about that. He's become kind of a jerk.
Yeah. So then they
also, why are they all British? In like
because they got
money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, so but we're in America. Like, there's not some rich people in America that could have showed up.
I like to think that as his house is burning down, that old lady and fake Ra's al Ghul are like hooking up in some room, and they're like, "What's happening? What's happening?
It's getting real hot in here."
Oh shit! They're like running out of the house like with their underwear, like, "Oh no!"
See, give us that story.
Yeah, she gets out there to the fire department. She's like, I've introduced you to Ra's al Ghul. Like,
yeah. Liam Neeson sees him like, dude, what the hell? You're supposed to be helping me fight.
That
this
guy's
guy.
the only one who survives the League of Shadows because he's like, I've been in a ninja monastery for years with nothing but dudes. I'm taking the opportunity. I don't care that she's 68. I don't care. I just don't care.
Wow, the story we should have gotten instead of the third one. Yep. So yes, so now they start fighting, And I really disagree with this part right here, though, because the ceiling collapses on Bruce, and Roz tells him, like, oh, well, you left me to burn in my house, so this is fitting. It's like, he saved you, and he didn't know
Well-
it was your house.
Well, he left Raish,
Yeah.
but he didn't realize. Like he left what he thought was Raish. So
Right.
Yeah, but did no one tell him when he woke up, like, hey, this dude saved your
but-
life?
Right, but Ra's al Ghul, Ken Watanabe, he did leave to die, which is the same thing as leaving Liam Neeson to die.
Oh, I see. They're all as one.
Selvir, did you have
Right,
something?
yeah. You
Did you have something to add?
You're
No, it's just I love this whole all is lost Dark Knight of the Soul moment, because here it all comes back home when he finally realizes that like Bruce's big flaw in this movie, that he doesn't believe in his father. He thinks his dad failed. You know, he didn't act properly, so that killed his parents, killed his mother. And it's here that he realizes, well, actually, your dad did save Gotham once before. You know, he helped Gotham's economic recovery and all. And I think that's when everything comes back home. I just love this moment.
Yeah.
What was the story part where somehow the League of Shadows was involved with Thomas Wayne? Wasn't that like
Well, that's
something
they tried. So the League of Shadows uses different methods for different eras and different cities, and so they tried basically economic warfare. I don't know what better word to use, but yeah.
Yeah.
And so they tried to induce a depression to bring Gotham down to its knees, and Thomas
Smart
Wayne,
idea.
you know, succeeded in that battle.
Thomas Wayne's like, my family.
I got
has
more
shit ton of
money.
I'll just buy out everything and just make it better.
Yeah.
I got money and
and that all
I'm gonna build a huge tower. I'm gonna put my name right on it. I'm gonna make Gotham great again.
yeah.
yeah.
Actually, now that you say it, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's pretty awesome.
Great point.
Oh,
So
We have the best water in Gotham City. It's coming right through. It's coming right
It's
through.
the
Wayne.
worst water.
The best water. I got the best water people on it.
So the
Yeah. I
Roz
do
is,
also love the part where Michael Caine, Alfred shows up and is like, you know, criticizing, guilt trips Bruce Wayne into saving himself.
What I wouldn't
you know,
give,
like
what I wouldn't give for Mayor Trump of Gotham now, like what I would not give for
with
that. This
AI we can
Batman-
do that.
This
Well,
Batman is just a hoax. The Batman is just a hoax. Everybody.
I
no,
like,
literally
actually-
just Thomas Wayne just has the mannerisms of Donald Trump, like as he's dying, like my
But
son.
look,
I've
actually,
been shot.
if Hollywood were still sane, you would have a bunch of action films where Trump gives the orders, like to the hero or something, and we don't get those movies. Would have been hilarious.
Oh right, yeah, the red telephone talking directly to the president.
Yeah.
Superman, it's Trump. We need your help.
That's what I mean. Like, it would be perfect.
And just remember, I have the best kryptonite. I'm gonna take you out with kryptonite one day. I'm just gonna do it.
I mean, look, I would have watched the new Superman if Trump was in it.
That would have been awesome.
Actually, I would have. That's great.
So Roz's police force now is broken everyone out of Gotham. I'm sorry, out of Arkham, and they're just flooding. Is Arkham in the Narrows?
So Arkham, it's in the Narrows in this, but in the comics, it's like outside of. It's not in.
Yeah.
It's not in Gotham proper. It's like its own property off in miles away.
Which is a good idea, honestly. I don't think you
Yes,
should have
keep
a
that
mental
all the way
asylum
over
or-
there.
Let's
Yeah,
keep
so
all
this-
the criminally insane right in the middle of a populated area.
This would be Blackgate. The prison that's actually in Gotham is called Blackgate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know why they. I guess for this sequence they had
Because
to change it.
Blackgate is in The Dark Knight Rises, right? That's where Bane crashes the party and lets all
Yeah.
the criminals.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as this is going on, Rachel wakes up. Why are you not going to the next slide? There we go. Rachel wakes up and he left. Batman left a note for her of give one of these to Gordon. We have 2 antidotes for Crane serums because he obviously knows what's about to happen here.
This
And
chick
out-
would be so confused. She went through this panic state for one night, then she gets roofied, like bat roofied. It's
Yes, it's not a good 2 date, and her boss is
like
dead
she's like,
too,
"Where's my
so-
panties? I don't understand what's going on. I don't."
Then sorry, we cut back to
to
the-
Batman. He's just sniffing her panties like, oh.
oh god.
No, it's not
Yeah.
even Bat. It's Alfred. Batman has no idea what's happening.
Oh yeah, Alfred did bring her back home though.
That's
so
true,
yeah.
yeah.
There's
it was
that
Alfred.
very awkward scene where Alfred's
He
like
putting
putting
her in the car.
Katie Holmes in the car, and in a post Epstein, post Weinstein society.
Well,
That
that's
scene is not aged well.
oh, that's
No, it hasn't. But yeah, so Alfred knocks out one of Roz's people that are by that's keeping sentry of the door, and he helps Bruce out of the with a piece of fire ceiling on top of them as they go through the flaming house, and they use the bat piano system that opens up the closets, which now they can use to go down the elevator shaft.
What system would you like to get into the Bat Cave, sir? I'd like to use my pianist, please. I'd like to. Say it again.
So as Bruce is seeing the fire above, though, he realized that he's failed. He's failed his family. He's not cut out for this at all. And then we get the iconic scene, I think, of Alfred telling him, "Why do we fall, sir? So we can get back up." And Bruce says, "You have."
is more than just brick and mortar, sir.
I like that. That was good.
I'm not good at
give it up on me.
You could. All I know is that if you say my cocaine with a slight accent, you say Michael Caine.
Bro.
My cocaine.
Also,
Oh wow,
you haven't forgiven up on me, have you? Never.
never, sir.
Never. Never.
Why does he
That's how
sound
you
like
say
the
it.
Emperor?
Never. I just realized the facial pose I do for Michael Caine is very similar to how I do stuff.
How are they
Alone.
supposed to blow the bloody doors off?
You got to make one of the sides of your face just not work.
So Rachel shows up as the police are they're pretty much just saying screw it, raise the bridges, let these people eat themselves. There's nothing we can do there. But Rachel says no.
She
What was
looks
that?
like really pissed off in that. I love that. That's a great style. I wish it was just a little less blurry because that would have been that's a great thumbnail.
Mhm. But she meets Gordon and tells him like, oh, a mutual friend gave me this. Obviously not going to reveal that they both know Batman, but Gordon now has the cure as well, so he injects himself with it. And as this is going on, Roz and his people show up with the microwave emitter, it's called.
Yeah, the
industrial
strength microwave.
Yes. So then they turn it on, and
That's
it just
they're just like, we got a huge hot pocket that we gotta.
One of my favorite parts is when Katie Holmes like stumbles on them before they turn it on. She's like, "Hey, what the hell are you guys doing?" And one of the henchmen just like puts his
Points at
finger
her.
like right in her face, like
yeah.
like
After he
like,
shoves
such a-
the kid out of the way, the poor peasant kid.
You mean
That's like-
Joffrey?
yeah, what's it? Yeah,
Joffrey?
Joffrey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they turn on the microwave emitter, and it just blows up all the, I guess, water lines.
Yeah, it's the
Pressure
water main.
spiking.
It's the water main
That's
right
what it
below.
is.
First of all, this steam would kill them.
That's what I would think, right? I don't
it
think
would.
the psychedelic hallucinogen, like this whole thing is covered in hundreds of degrees of heat at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
if something makes water hot enough to essentially super
Explode.
into steam, like this
Yeah.
whole area would go up by 100 degrees easily.
Also, wouldn't it like theoretically like start
Boil their blood.
vaporizing all the liquid in your body?
Well, that's what it's like when you go into space, like the vacuum just sucks all the liquids out of you. So if this machine is meant to blow up all the water, like wouldn't everyone just explode?
Yeah.
I don't
Can't
know.
be good.
It's
But,
one of those.
I do love.
This is like the equivalency of like cool guys don't look back at explosions, but
Explosions.
for citizens.
Good
Like
point.
if you were that close to an explosion, the concussive force alone would break every bone in your body. But no one ever cares about that because it looks cool. So it's just ignore the science. behind it.
Exactly. Good point. Oh, so Bruce now suits up and drives a Batmobile through the awesome waterfall, and we cut back to the criminals just eating people. Everyone's going crazy there. Gordon's of course calling for help. They're like, no, we don't have anyone. Everyone's stuck over there. We have nothing to do. And
You're
Scarecrow
fucked.
shows up. Yeah, pretty
Scarecrow's
much.
great because he's on the horse with like the flaming eyes, and he's also wearing like a straight jacket, So it's like,
Yeah.
So it's another one of these like the practical supervillain costume that makes sense plot wise.
So-
It's really cool.
The more I think about it, so who brought it up before that he doesn't go? He somehow recovers from the because
Was it me?
It was Joe, yeah.
yeah,
Probably me.
he isn't under anything anymore. So and he doesn't get an antidote. So maybe it was just years of slight exposure to
Yeah.
it.
I think he just
built up.
knows how to use the compound on himself.
Well, I know the TV show Gotham showed young Crane, and he was experimenting a lot of the things on himself too. So most likely it was that, yes, after all these years of dealing with this stuff, you eventually build up some kind of immunity to it.
Yeah.
So,
Now, these scenes where the more Batman talks in these movies, the sillier it gets, and this almost hits that like we're getting into goofy threshold. But they ended on a nice note. Where he's like, "Can you drive stick?" You know,
Is that stick?
I think the mask might be a little bit too tight. I don't
but
know
he gives
about
him
that.
this like huge exposition dump, not exposition, but like plot recap. You know, in like
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah,
That's what you gotta do. I need you to take this over here. Do that now. So funny.
Yeah, but the plan is, of course,
I already loaded up the directions, and you're gonna go, and you're gonna blow it up.
yeah. So that's what the plan is. He wants Gordon to take the Batmobile and go to, I guess, Wayne Tower and blow up all the bridges by it. So the machine on the train cannot
So you're
blow up.
telling me if I touch the little red button just right, there's an explosion.
Exactly.
I almost
But
want to like bring those clips up later, but there's like 45 minutes of them. It would extend this by a minimum.
Exactly.
45.
WB would have a
I'll
problem.
tell you what. I'll bring you guys back. We'll just do a really random ass stream for those.
Love it. But then we get what I think is probably the worst fight scene ever of it, where Rachel fights the Scarecrow. She just tases him in the face, and he just
And he
runs
drives
All
off.
off.
things
the end of
considered,
him.
that was the best you could probably get for that screenshot.
Yeah.
Well, it's also interesting because they do something similar to the Joker, where like the last time we see the Joker, it's just very underwhelming moment where he's being hung upside down. Same thing with Scarecrow, like he gets tased in the face and he rides away. And I'm very happy that he shows up in the third one.
But that-
He
But
shows up in the second one too. He's in the beginning of the second one as well.
Yeah.
oh
That's,
right,
no,
yes,
that's
yeah,
a,
right.
also Enzo. That's a great point though, because in the third one, Bane gets killed by just being shot by Catwoman. So
Right.
we never
Yeah,
really
yeah,
get
they're
a
very
final.
very unceremonious final shots of these villains in these movies.
I actually
Yeah.
disagree on the second one. The second one I feel like is perfect because the reason why
Yeah.
it tilts is he's bringing Batman into his world. Like everything is going to be upside down now.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Also, I don't think that was the intention to be the end for him. Like I think he
No,
was.
no.
Oh
going
yeah,
to
that
be,
too. That too. Yeah.
At minimum,
Yeah.
a secondary, if not another primary antagonist in the third movie.
Do you think they should have recasted Heath Ledger? Yes, I understand he won an Oscar. I think him dying made the role bigger than what
I
it
don't
actually
think.
was.
I think.
but
I think
should-
no matter what you did, there was no right answer. Not recasting him, it kills your ability to use the character. Recasting him, whoever you put in his place was doomed to fail. It was just there
I
was
think
really
also
no right answer.
ignoring the fact that Joker even existed is also probably one of the worst ideas.
Yeah,
to do,
that
though,
didn't
maybe.
make it any better. Yeah.
What do you mean?
We're
Well,
not going to mention the Joker
yeah.
at all.
Oh,
Instead,
yeah.
I think that was not great. I
They
think,
basically Chris Benoit his ass. Basically, they were like,
Yeah.
they were like he never existed. He was never champion.
Who
He was
is
never-
this man Benoit you speak of?
Exactly.
But yes, Gordon now has the bat keys where he gets into the Batmobile.
The bat dongle to get in, the bat
Yes.
fob to get into the bat seat.
and
That'd be
Ra-
funny if he was like, "Can you drive stick?" And he's like, "No,
No.
Like, oh,
It's not even a stick shift
Damn,
though.
man.
It's like
I know.
It's like I don't know. It's more like
He's
a plane. It has the
It's like a cockpit."
Oh, yeah,
vest.
yeah.
that would be because I actually can't drive stick, but I kind of drove cars for an oil change place. So sometimes I would pretend I could drive stick just so I
just
could try to
grinding,
do it.
like literally grinding people's gears, fucking up their cars.
So driving stick's pretty difficult. So I would love
mean,
to see
as
Gordon
long
who
as you're-
doesn't know how to do it.
If you're driving slow, in a parking lot, you'd probably be all right.
Yeah, but Enzo, there's a train with a microwave emitter on it. I have to get there soon.
yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that he doesn't run over anybody as this is going on, people are panicking.
Just
He's not running.
crash into a building and get the Batmobile stuck in a ditch or something. Plans ruined.
This whole movie falls apart with a few little scenes here. But
It's
Rachel
just a
does
lot
the
of lot of everything
plot
falling in the right
convenience.
place kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So Rachel has a conversation with Batman before he takes off. She wants to at least just tell me what your name is. And Batman, I forgot what the exact speech was, but he mentioned something that she said earlier on in the movie.
It's
And then
it's what you do that defines you, you know?
when did she say that to him? I forgot. Like
Exactly.
when he was with the strippers.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Sylvia.
Yeah,
No,
no.
right? No, I think it's with the strippers, right?
Yeah, I think it might have been that scene. It was really quick though.
I
But
think
yes,
she
so
says that to him when she
Or is it earlier during before he
when
walks
he's gonna
into
kill-
Falcone's? Yeah, before he
yeah,
walks.
Oh,
like
into
when he's
you-
gonna
Falcone's
kill
yes.
place.
Yeah.
that was years ago. She's not gonna remember that he said that. I mean, he grew a beard. He shaved it off. He slicked back his hair. A lot of time has passed.
So
since
the,
that
the
scene.
actual line is, "It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me."
And yeah. Yeah, so Rachel being neurotoxined and no sleep whatsoever.
Well, no,
and then
she's been,
neurotoxin-
she's been inoculated to it. She
Well,
doesn't
I'm
have-
just saying,
She
like,
did
she's
have
had
some-
a rough night and a half, so she's not gonna remember something that happened 10 years ago. So
Yeah, I
yes.
guess.
Yeah. So then Batman decides to fly off there, but I think the problem with this is that he kind of forgets that everyone's under a neurotoxin, so now everyone just sees him as this menacing...
I don't think he really cares, to be honest with you.
Yeah. At this point, it's a timetable thing. So he jumps down there, starts fighting the League of Shadows, but as he's doing...
I could tell you that is like the worst kick punch combo like I've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely. That's what's so weird. Like, Christopher Nolan's such a great director, but he saw this stuff and said, print it? I don't know. I think some of it could have been done a lot better. And then as he's fighting the League of Shadows, some of the citizens of Gotham show up and they try to eat him. But thankfully, he's got... obviously he's all,
Chicken
all
of the
menacing. Yeah. And then they get the microwave emitter on the train, and Batman uses the grappling hook to get on the train, where we now have... Oh, I'm sorry. And then Gordon's, of course, driving the tumbler to Wayne Manor, the Wayne Tower, to blow up the tracks of it.
The water. Well, yeah. So the train is going to get to the main water supply, but he's gonna stop. I love how he has to stop it right before he gets there. Not anywhere along the way. There's no. They could have taken out any one of them way sooner.
Mhm.
But then you don't have a climax.
Exactly. That's the problem. So we have the fight here, and I got some slides after, so we'll just discuss after. So yeah, make sure you unmute yourselves with it. Boop.
We don't need to. I don't need to save you.
Well,
But if you see,
I think
like,
it's such a cop out move, though. Like, of
If you
course
look,
you're kind of
almost-
guilty.
almost the whole fight, he's leaning over. It's not, we don't really see it here too much, but
I have clips after the slides afterwards, so we can look at it.
right there, that's it. Like he's like hunching over.
Yeah, it just seems like he really can't move in the suit at all.
Well, no, I'm talking about Liam Neeson was hunched over because he had to bring himself down like 4 inches.
He's just hitting his head on the top of this thing.
Yeah. Also, these are really strong shurikens because they cut off the back of a train.
Oh,
I don't know how.
Yeah, there was like that pose where he's holding the shuriken like this, you know?
And then he throws
like
one.
going
He
to
throws
punch
one
you.
into. Yeah, he throws one in the window to get the air going, and then he throws the other one behind him.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
bomb.
And it cuts
I think
the
he's throwing
whole
bombs.
fucking...
Yeah, he's throwing bombs
Oh.
to get the train separated.
Oh.
But like,
They don't
earlier
show
when
the
he's, like-
bombs.
well, earlier when he's holding the shuriken like this, like he's going to punch him with it. I think that would just slice your freaking fingers off, you know?
Who's
Like,
wearing the back
I-
gloves?
Okay, it's the gloves.
Only
Okay,
the
that makes
best
sense.
from Fox.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah, but I guess they don't really show him holding the little bombs.
They don't.
It's
They
just
show
hard to
him.
see.
Yeah, that's why I never really liked. Yeah, this whole thing explodes with it. So
Nice.
yeah, I don't really know if
save
it.
you.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as his no kill rule because he kind of did kill this dude.
Yeah.
He's just
I
sleeping.
mean,
Yes.
look, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just totally gonna let you die in front of me. Like, no big
Yes.
deal.
But as you can see here, the night is saved. Gordon has destroyed the train track, and the train exploded. And the microwave emitter did not do any more damage. So yes,
I like how
the-
he's like, for no reason at all, Gordon, could you drop that Batmobile off to Wayne Manor for
yeah.
Well, actually,
just
what
gonna-
is it for in the Dark Knight? It's within the city limits because he has it like parked. He has like an apartment in the
yeah.
in the second movie. It's
I like the intermediate, the in between Batcave and Dark Knight, where it's like some weird. It's under a cargo freighter.
Yeah,
something.
it looks.
was
It
a
almost
little
looks like.
odd.
It almost looks like the whatchamacallit, the construct program in the Matrix.
Matrix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very like clean and white, and everything is.
Pristine and everything.
Well,
yeah.
in the comics, Batman does have like temporary smaller bat caves in other locations that he's strategically put
Tight.
places.
I guess that makes sense, but still a lot
He
of
has
work you
obviously
have to
the
do.
main one. Then he has like a couple. Like he has one inside the city. That's like he has one. Obviously, they've shown it in Arkham Asylum, the game Arkham Asylum. He has one in Arkham. So
That's
like, he had-
convenient.
yeah.
So the next day we get to Wayne Tower, where Lucius Fox is now running the meetings, and he's like, "Wait a second, I fired you." And they decide to call Bruce about it, but of course the headlines say drunken billionaire burns down his house as he gets the phone call and explains to him that, well, things have now changed. I don't really understand this part. He says something about like my family's future isn't in restored or something like that. Like our future is guaranteed now. So I guess they were trying to maybe push Bruce out of it, because I know the company just went public, but he bought all the shares.
The company's future is secure, is what he
That's
says.
what it was. Yes, that's
Yeah.
why I really don't really think this was
Well, because when companies go
public.
public, they end up changing their values. They change everything changes about it.
Yeah.
It's no longer steered by a president or an owner. It's now steered by a board of directors.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's why I feel like this character was kind of wasted, because I thought after watching this that maybe he would show up later on in the franchise or someone like that, but I don't know.
Well, I think it's just one of those things where you have this kind of minor, like, foil type character, but
Well,
because he's played by Rutger Hauer, I think we want more out of this character because we love Rutger Hauer so much.
I mean,
do anyway.
you could have easily, I don't know, like paired him up somehow with Ra's al Ghul's plans. Like it
That's
will
what I-
improve Gotham,
Yeah, that's why I thought. I thought that's what kind of where it was leading, especially when he's talking to Bruce at his birthday party. It's like, oh, so you are
Yeah.
kind of involved in this, but he secretly isn't, I guess, though.
So one thing that he kind of does, and it's like really smart on his part, and that's kind of what Jay Jameson was just saying. So he buys back his shares, but because he does it through like this kind of backdoor way, he actually makes money on buying back his own shares.
Nice.
So
Smart.
like, yeah, like
Wow, it worked out really well for him.
he retook the company over because he was able to essentially like tank his own stock and do it. It's like
Smart.
Yeah, it's like a Hudsucker proxy type thing where like this
Yeah.
drunk billionaire runs the company and the stock prices go down, and then he buys them all up and owns the
Makes even more
majority
money.
share.
That's how he's able to
Yeah.
put the cave system improves and everything like that, and have all
That
the
is
little.
literally the Hudsucker proxy right there.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So he's back at Wayne Manor, and he's trying to do repairs on everything. And when he sees his old
He's gonna
father's
build back the house himself by himself with like.
I mean, you can't have a crew come in there and start digging around there. They're gonna find everything probably.
Wow.
Maybe if he hires union workers, then they'll
Ex-
just do the bare minimum and nobody's gonna find the cave.
Yeah.
Pretty
illegal
much.
day laborers, from Home Depot.
Yeah. So at nighttime,
Senor
I'm
Wayne.
sorry.
Perdón.
See, give me that movie, the point of view of the immigrant worker working on the Batcave.
the bats.
I
The
need-
bats are in the way. The bats are in the way of it. I can't get up to the top with the bats.
So Gordon's having a conversation with Batman about what's the future going on. That okay, if we use machine guns, semi-automatics, the villains are going to use automatics. If we start wearing body armor, they're going to start using armor piercing. So what's the best case scenario for this? And Batman explains to them that we have to keep doing this. It's the only way to save Gotham. The best way to do this is just keep pressing forward. And then we see the Joker reveal card, so we get the obvious teaser for the next movie. And yeah, that's
I actually
Halloween
have that. I couldn't find it. I looked for it. I have a replica of that card.
oh
It's like
cool.
perfect replica. I couldn't find it, unfortunately. I don't know where it is.
Nice.
I bought it so long ago. I've lived in multiple locations. It's somewhere. It's probably. I probably have it. I wouldn't, knowing how lame I am. I probably put it in like a Manila folder and put it in a drawer and like.
Is it in the DVD case of Batman Begins behind you?
It is not. That
that'd
actually
be
would have been a
perfect.
smart place to put it, but. Now I'm just thinking. I'm also just thinking about like the day workers trying like
Literally typing something up in Midjourney right now for this.
Yeah, it's like, Senor, can we move the car? The car is in the way. It's the whole time, just like everything. It's like they're lifting up. They're moving the suits. Just like
There's that'll be good. Yep, but gentlemen, that is the ending of Batman Begins. Got a couple little behind the scenes things of Christopher Nolan playing with bats, along with all the guys.
That seems like a very Christopher Nolan thing.
Absolutely.
And man, the Tumblr's a lot smaller than I realized. I don't know.
Yeah, Hollywood is bullshit.
So I actually came up with a fun little game here that I wanted to play. So I pulled up a list of the because obviously we didn't even mention it though, but Batman's whole thing is he weaponizes his own fear to put it in the hearts of. So I just pulled up basically like a list of fears, and I want to see if we can come up with like superheroes based on this.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
So, some of these I don't know how to pronounce fully. Some of them I'll tell you the definition, but like obviously, I'm going to skip arachnophobia, because Spider-Man does exist. But like agoraphobia, the fear of inescapable situations in large public spaces usually with people. Like, what would we call someone who was weaponizing agoraphobia?
I don't know. Inside Man? I don't
Inside
know.
Well, that's the
Sounds
guy who's
good.
over on
Yeah.
Lance's channel all the time.
Good Lord.
I don't know. That seems like a terrible one to have.
Inside Man.
I mean, you could. Galactus kind of makes it like you have to go outside to see him.
I'm gonna make you terrified to go outside. Yeah.
Inside. It's just he just causes like pandemics all the time and just makes people stay indoors. It's like you can't go
I love
outside. 6 feet. 6 feet.
Social anxiety, man.
Well, that was actually I was gonna say social phobia. What would we call that guy?
The jitters.
Jitters.
The jitterer.
The jitter, I don't know.
Aerophobia, the fear of heights. Ground man. He only fights crime that is at sea level, I guess. It's just,
Oh, that'd be great.
oh man.
Villains just go up on a ladder. It's like, haha, you cannot get me.
If anybody
grounded man.
wants to throw one out into the chat, go ahead.
Yeah, what about that lady who on like Maury who was like deathly afraid of like balloons, and there was another lady who was like afraid of olives.
It was
you know?
olive
Yes,
lady.
they pulled the olives out.
The Oliver. I don't know what the hell,
Hemophobia, the fear of blood. Like he fights crime, but he does it with really well padded gloves the whole time. He's just like, I can't. If I hit this guy too hard, I can't. Fear of. I don't know what the fear of sex is.
Commitment man.
Commitment man.
Actually, who's the whole guy from DC? The guy that punches holes through everything. He could be for trypophobia.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
Oh god,
trypophobia.
I'm like the guy that punches holes in things.
Yeah, he does it in the last Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The opposite, like thalassophobia, which is a fear of deep water. Literally the opposite of Aquaman. It's like shallow end guy. He only fights water based crime and knee deep in the water though. It's like
I think that would be a perfect movie. Yeah. Like, give us something crazy like that.
Coastal Man. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it was. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna top Inside Man. Unfortunately, I think we
No,
started
it's
off
perfect.
too good.
Really?
Problem. Yeah,
No
you-
way.
You nailed that one like right off the bat. It was,
I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, there's like, yeah, what about like, yes, homophobia, xenophobia, and all those phobias? Like, I think we're barely scratching the surface, guys. Like, I think-
homophobia, straight man. It's just like,
I'm gonna make men afraid of what I'm afraid of.
well, they had that. That would basically just be his scene from American Psycho, where the guy tries to like hook up with him and he like runs away. That's
my
basically what
favorite
it'll
scene.
be.
I mean, we've joked about how like Batman just goes around like, you know, some guy like, you know, selling like a little bag of weed on the street. Batman shows up and cracks his wrist in 4 places. Ah! Then punches him in the face. You know, he's like
Justice.
swallowing his own teeth. Yeah, and then he flies away. It's like, jeez.
Get a job. So I guess that really just leaves us with our
Inherit $1 billion like the rest of us. You know.
a small loan from your rich father.
It's like, what? Your parents are alive?
I'm sorry, my parents are dead. I'm just thinking about Batman.
Nice.
We're definitely doing that stream now. I gotta do that. But yeah, I guess that just leaves us with our final thoughts. I mean, we did a pretty solid job with this one, so I don't think there's gonna be too many final thoughts. But I guess we'll start with you, Stupenzo, since you were the
Share my screen.
Sure. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
Let's see here. This is one of the pictures. Yeah, this is good. I like this. You know,
What is
needs more
this?
Mexicans. I don't know. Just
The rebuilding of Wayne Manor.
yeah. Renovating the Batcave with some cheaper than average day laborers. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is fun. I'm glad I woke up and was like, oh, I got to be on a live stream.
I
all of
was
a sudden.
saying
Let's do
before
it.
the stream even started, I was like, I don't think I've ever met somebody with a worse sleep schedule in my life than Stupenzo.
My sleep
Like,
schedule's good. No, my sleep schedule's good. I just go to bed at like 7, 8 in the morning and sleep till about 2 or 3.
Yeah, he works.
usually.
He works. You have night job hours, but you work from home, so it's like
it's because I know, but it's also because like I work in the creative field, so like the witching hour, like midnight to 3 a.m. is when I'm usually like, I don't know, it's when the creative juices flow. It's weird, but yeah, it's fun. I'm gonna be going to Chicago next week for some gigs, so that'll be fun. But we're doing Tales from the Dork Side tonight at midnight. We're gonna do a standard. We're gonna do. We just got done watching all of Baywatch season 2, Baywatch Nights season 2, which was crazy. So I think we're gonna do a nice little palate cleanser and just do like a chit chat with the chat, talk about some news and goof off and just talk about topics and stuff. That'll be fun. And then Wednesday's movie. We're doing like science fantasy this month. So last week was Willow, which we watched completely unedited, full-length commentary with me and Cinevere and Leon and Dudicus. And then this Wednesday, me and Proctophile and Blue Collar Loser watched this movie called Sorceress, which was this 83, blood and sandals magic movie with a bunch of boobs in it. And it was pretty cool.
Me?
Huh? Yeah, sorry. It's one of those things where I just picked some random flicks, and it was fun. It was a fun one. So tune in for that on Wednesday. And like I said, Tales from the Dork Side tonight.
I guess we're doing. I guess we're doing.
I was about to say.
Plug your shit at the same time, but it's fine.
Oh my God! You're asking me about my thoughts on the movie.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Hold on, I'll just do it. Everybody, there we go. You can't do it without the plugging of the shit.
I thought we were wrapping up, and I'm stupid.
We are
All
wrapping
right.
up, but
I
it's
thought I
fine.
had a stroke. I'm like, did I not talk about what my thoughts of the movie were?
It's fine. That just goes to show you, I haven't had Stupenzo on in a while. He forgot how
Final
everything's
thoughts
done
of the
around
movie. Yeah, it's great. I love this movie, and yeah, like you said, it's like one of the more Batman-y Batman movies of all Batmandom. It's got this just this great vibe, and it's got full-blown character arcs and all this fun nuance.
Actual setup for
It's-
things that happen later in the movie, which
It's
is
It's
great.
like-
screenwriting.
Yeah.
Actual
Yeah, it's like
screenwriting.
let's take a silly comic book movie and really try to elevate it. It's one of those things, kind of like The Matrix and a few other movies where it was so good it was bad because like everyone started trying to do this hyper realism, because it works for Batman. It could work for Spider-Man too. It doesn't work for, Superman and a lot of these other characters, the X-Men. The more bombastic and ridiculous it gets, the better it is, honestly, with the superhero stuff. Batman, though, making it dark. This one is specifically with the whole base, like, huge fear being a huge central aspect of it, is so great. Because, like I said, if you guys haven't read Batman War on Crime by Alex Ross and Paul Dini, not Paul Dini, I think it's Mark Wade. No, it's Paul Dini. That's a great one. I highly recommend that one. Also, The Long Halloween and, a few
That's my
others.
all-time favorite, like, Batman story. But...
Yeah, like, that Chris Nolan did his homework?
Yes, he actually he encouraged the actors to do it as well, which is
Read the
it
comics.
shows.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Overall, like I said, watching this movie in 2005 in the summer, like on a whim, I didn't even buy tickets. It was one of these things where my friends were like, "We're all going to see Batman Begins for my birthday. I got an extra ticket. Come with us." All right, cool. And leaving that movie theater, like, holy shit! Like Batman is like back. Like that was cool. That total surprise, So yeah, this movie was great. I liked it a lot. And I still like it. And it's one of those things where I didn't have to rewatch it for this stream. Just came on and just like, I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't think. Tell you the truth, I don't think I had to rewatch it either. But I hadn't seen it in a couple of years, so I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
I had it playing on my second monitor while I was on here. And it was
I
like,
do that from time to time. Sometimes if it's like a movie that I'm not familiar with, but like was a request or something, or I'll replay it as we're going through it. But the slides help a lot too. But yeah, so I guess Sylvia, that leaves you. What are your final thoughts?
I think it aged like fine wine. That's all I can say. It's a little bit bittersweet because it kind of reminds me of what we lost. Like 20 years ago, you could just go into a movie and usually it would be halfway decent and not just slop. The slop was reserved for the B movie section at the rental place, and I have no complaints really, other than I kind of agree with Joe here. I mean, if they had the second unit from Batman v Superman for the action, probably would have improved the directing a lot, at least for all the action scenes. But it's a minor nitpick. This movie still works. You could still push it out today. I think would have performed better than most of the stuff that's in the cinemas right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just let you do the plug your shit. Since
the plugs.
I already played the graphics, so
I screwed up the vibe.
it's
Ah, no
fine.
worries,
I don't
no
mind.
worries.
Honestly, the end is always awkward, no matter what you do.
Yeah, I gotta finally. It was one of the toughest videos to write this month. It finally drops my millennial writing video in video games. It's over an hour long. It's a full breakdown of why the games writing kind of it was never really that good, but it got much worse over the past 10 years. And basically, the argument is that the games industry doesn't know how to hire writers at all. And I know how because I worked in the games industry as well. I've seen what they do. They don't end up with writers. They actually, a lot of people think they hired deliberately a bunch of activists. It's actually the activists were just in town. That's what happened. They are in those big cities. They hired a bunch of people and never scanned them for storytelling qualifications. That's basically what happened. But we go in a lot of detail in that video. So be on the lookout for that one. That's a cool one. And also check out my Halo video. That's my best performing video so far, where I explain why Halo adaptations suck and why kind of nobody knows how to adapt Halo, except me. I know how. But yeah, it's a good one.
It's great to have you back. Honestly, so I was actually, we had done a video call yesterday because me and him are actually working on a screenplay together, and I commended you because I said, like, you've actually changed my way of looking at certain things about film, like not like completely turned it on its ass kind of thing, but like you've opened up a couple of different doors that I'm like, oh, now I'm looking for this and this and this.
Yeah.
And but and I really appreciate that. And that's one of the things I love about this whole venture is as you meet people, you learn what their backgrounds are, you learn what they're good at, what they're, and if you can incorporate it a little bit into yourself, it makes you a more complete, analyst. So.
Yeah, that's the whole vibe of the channel. I'm just using screenwriting techniques to break down video game storytelling because I was looking for a niche. I kind of started a channel during the strikes, and all my coverage work dried up. I was like, okay, I need to do something creative in the meantime until this strike. And yeah, screenwriting is fun. It's very technical, as you have seen in our calls. But
Yeah.
that's the only way to.
I love how
ensure
people are trying to guess what it's about. Dinosaurs and bazookas. I don't know if I can work it into this script, but maybe in a future one.
in a future one, yeah.
Yeah. Although I will say this, if Selvier gets this one, I've read one of not the whole thing, but a big chunk of one of his scripts.
Which one? The drone.
The drones.
We can
one.
say we can. It's all online. So I have a sci-fi script called Major League Drones, and it's actually I have an agent for it, and I have also another rep that requested it in Hollywood. So we'll see if it goes anywhere.
It's kind of got like a rollerball vibe.
Yeah,
like
but more sincere. It's not as goofy, I would say.
It's not as goofy. It's got a bit of a rollerball vibe, and like a Days of Thunder kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. So So what I mushed together was Speed Racer and Karate Kid.
Yeah,
with drones. That's what it basically is. And so I don't know if they buy it,
it's got elements, a couple of elements from some things that a lot of people like. So
yeah, I've gotten my first coverage. They gave me some advice to rewrite it. So that's the version you got now, where I kind of trimmed down. They said it was overwritten. That was the
all right. So maybe that's why I'm getting a different vibe than what your original one was.
Yeah. So this one lost 10 pages. I just rewrote a lot of extras.
Everyone hates when they lose a few inches off the end. You know?
They just look for it from literally. They told me producers don't like to read, so they open up your screenplay, skip to the end, see that it's over 120 pages, and they immediately think you kind of
because like on average a page
it's 110.
A minute. So that'd be 120 minutes, be a 2-hour movie. So they looked at that. But yeah, so I guess Joe, that leaves you for your final thoughts.
Movie still holds up. Great. I'm kind of confused of why they didn't really give Christopher Nolan the green light of, hey, you want to just run DC after this? He kind of had these.
I don't think he would have taken it. I think by the end of The Dark Knight, he was kind of over it. You could tell with The Dark Knight Rises, he just kind of.
I mean, he had. Man of Steel is his baby. Also, it's not just.
Yeah, he had a hand in that.
Yeah, oh, really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like Salvio said, it's still a movie that holds up after 20-year anniversary or something like that. We're up to.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, still a fantastic movie. Probably the best Batman. Christian Bale out of all of them we've seen so far. I think
definitely the most physically committed to the role.
Yes.
I will say that at minimum, Michael Keaton didn't really put on any muscle. Val Kilmer was a bigger guy, but he wasn't like cut. I don't even know why the fuck they chose George Clooney to this day.
Because he's a big name. That's why.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
That's it. Like, hey, you were in Ocean's 11. Be Batman.
I've always said this. At least Val Kilmer tried his best to separate Bruce Wayne and Batman in character. Like George Clooney just plays it the same whether he's wearing a costume or not.
Absolutely. But future stuff, I'll be on Box Office Brawler's channel on Tuesday night talking about Kingdom of Heaven. So that'd be pretty cool. First time on his channel. So
he runs a fun stream. He's I love Brawler because it's like it's kind of like what I used to have with Uninspired, where he's young. So it's like I'm almost like seeing these movies like through his eyes for the first time again.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I was on a horror tier stream with him. I need to show him some movies for sure.
He's got a good attitude about it. He has a great like laid back sort of like people are gonna make fun of me because I didn't see this shit, whatever. But like you can't expect somebody to see every movie ever. If you watched movies 10 hours a day for your entire life, by the time you were 80, you wouldn't get halfway through all of the movies that ever existed. So it's so as for me, final thoughts. Like I said earlier, I got caught up in the Dark Knight hype when it came out, and for a while I believed that was the best Batman movie. And as time has gone on, I haven't completely turned on it. I don't think it's a terrible movie, but it's definitely there was parts of it that were masked by great performances, parts of the script that don't make sense. It was a little too long. I think this one, it feels long, but I'm sorry, it is long like minutes wise, but it doesn't feel long.
Yeah,
it really runs well, and it's almost like 3 movies in one because they have all the different flashbacks and stuff. It's very Nolan style of not being linear, at least as his early go. And this one I actually go back to more often and rewatch than The Dark Knight. Sometimes I'll do like a power through, watch both of them, but I find myself coming back to this one more often, which to me that automatically just screams this is the better film. So I think over the years I've come to appreciate it as much better than The Dark Knight. As for the future, I haven't really put out anything yet. My Iron Heart 2 video is still getting views. It's actually doing really well. And my repost of my Fantastic Four video is finally taking off. I don't know how. But combined, that one's got like 12 or 13,000 views if you combine the ones with the old post, but it's still going up. So channel's been doing pretty well. I appreciate everybody who shows up in the chat, and people who watch this afterwards. And, it's just really fun to do all this stuff and talk with these great movies or my videos, some of the shitty movies and shows. And and try to entertain some people, because that's really, in the end, that's really what this is about for me. I'm not quitting my real job anytime soon to do this full time, and it's really just for fun. And but I will be covering probably. I want to see how the structure of the show is before I commit to it. But Alien Earth, I've been really interested in. Not necessarily. It comes out next week.
Next week,
or like the Tuesday or Wednesday. So I guess technically this week. I have to see how those episodes are structured and if I can work that into my style. And if I can, I will cover it. Even if it's good, I think I'm going to try to cover it, because I'm not sure how good it can be. It's a complete, retcon of the beginning of the Alien series, so I don't understand how it could possibly be good. But who knows? I've been surprised before. And that's pretty much it. That just leaves me to thank all my guests, my co-host. Thank you all for coming here for almost 3 hours. Thanks to the chat, and thank you to everybody else who's going to watch it afterwards. And thank you, and I'll see you all later.
Yep.